Shout out to everybody. It's a couple videos I wanted to see. You know what I mean? I kind of just got finished watching a little bit of a movie. Shout out to everybody. We've been live for a minute. You know what I mean? We've been going crazy on the channel. A lot of people have been rocking with me and subscribing. I appreciate all of y'all for all the support we've been getting while we've been doing this. You know, it is what it is with that. But there's some videos. I seen a video, and I think I low-key reacted to it before. So this is a guy, it says, debunking the biggest lies told about Donald Trump. So I kind of want to watch some of that, you know what I mean? And then there's another video that people are talking about. I want to watch along with that. So if y'all can, hit the like button, subscribe is greatly appreciated. The channel, like I said, has been going crazy. I think about 14 days ago or something like that, I had 67,000 subscribers. Now we're getting close to 90,000 subscribers. So shout out to everybody that's been following and supporting. I appreciate that. Let's get into this video. So it says debunking the biggest lies told about Donald Trump. Let's see what he's got to say.
Urge you all to think for yourself and look up the news for yourself. I don't care if you vote for Trump or Kamala, as long as you know why you are voting for them. In this video, we're going to be debunking the most common lies that are told about Donald Trump, because instead of the media telling you the lies that Donald Trump is making, the media is making the lies about Donald Trump. And again,
that is like really interesting when you think about it. Like on both sides, the Democrats and the Republicans, sometimes you get them making up lies on each other, but like that, like the TDS syndrome, like the Trump, like people just have, like, it's a form of PTSD against Trump just because of all the lies that's being told from multiple different media networks, the propaganda that's being put out. You got Steve Colbert, you got Don Lemon, you got CNN, MSNBC. It's just like the list goes on, and it's just insane, bro. Let's listen to what he's saying.
this isn't to say that he's never lied before.
Shout out to Sparkle that's in the chat. Shout out to Matago that's in the chat. He said thug life. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button if y'all can. I've been grinding. It is what it is. I'm trying to get to that 100,000 subscribers. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And we also got an election coming up. I will say, if y'all can, you know, I know a lot of people want to do the mail-in ballot. Hey, y'all do what y'all gonna do. I would recommend go in person. That way they can't, like, mess anything up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you never know. Things can still get messed up. But, like, try to go in person if you can. Like, with the mail, it's too, you don't want to, this is your right. You know, you don't want to leave too many things to error. You know, it's like Murphy's Law. I think that's what it is, right? Anything that can happen will happen. And you do not want to be in a situation to where your vote, you know, isn't counted. I'm not saying that they're cheating or nothing. I'm just saying, you know, from the mail getting lost, anything. Just go to where you can vote and get it over with.
But it just goes back to how the media is coming up with lies about him instead of just telling the people what he's actually saying and giving the proper context. So if you like this kind of content, commentary, reaction, and you like getting to the truth of the matter, be sure to subscribe. It helps the channel grow a ton. Without further ado, let's dive right into
I subscribe to him. Yeah, I subscribe to him. Shout out to him.
Find people on both sides.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side.
This is something that they didn't fact check, despite fact checking Trump, which I'm all for. If you're gonna fact check, that's fine. I'm all for the truth, but at least be
but fact check both of them, right?
Consistent. Because according to a common fact checking site, Snopes, no, Trump did not call neo-Nazis and white supremacists very fine people. That's the actual truth. Joe Biden, Kamala, everybody keeps regurgitating this one headline. He said there are fine people on both sides. There is far more context to what he said. His sentence was cut off and the truth was just never out there. So for those of you who have never seen the actual footage, let's hear what he actually said.
Changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis or the white supremacists, white nationalists. They should be condemned completely. That is what he said. In that
shout out to him for actually pointing that out. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Same clip. But like if I let it keep playing.
But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. Now, in the other group also, you had some fine people, but you also had troublemakers, and you see them come with the black outfits and with the helmets and with the baseball bats.
He called it out for what it is. He said there were very bad people on the right that need to be condemned. The white nationalists and the Klansmen, all them people. He said that's stupid. That needs to be.
That's right, David Banks. Hit the like button, Thug Life. And we need to get the likes up. People need to see this video. You know what I mean? Let's see. What have we been doing on our videos? Like, I don't know. Shout out to everybody. Let's check. Hit the like button. This has been all y'all hitting the like button. You know what I'm saying? Sharing, subscribing, all of that. Let's see. The video before this one, the Charleston White caught in Chicago, 224,000 views. Kamala Harris pulls out all stops, 193,000 views. Kamala Harris is losing control, 305,000 views. Like, 192,000 views. That one got 10,000. Was battle rap. 251,000 views, 345,000 views. So if y'all can hit the like button, it does work. You know what I mean? And it helps get the message out to a lot of people. David Banks said, Piper Boy been going crazy. Shout out to you. I ain't got no choice. People be complaining like, yo, you need to go to sleep. Look, sleep is the cousin of, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to sleep. I'm trying to get to the news. Like, people need to see stuff like this. And shout out to the new subscribers that I'm getting, because people are hitting me up like, yo, I never knew that. I never seen this video, you know, and they're asking if they can even use the content. I'm like, yo, like, go ahead if you need to. Trump 2024, he said, let's get the likes up there for him. Let's go, people. Shout out to you, bro.
Condemned. And he also said the Antifa and the people dressed in all black, they need to be condemned too. There were fine people on the right side that just wanted to maintain our nation's history and have these statues, and it's whatever. There were fine people on the left who said, I want this statue down, it's hurtful to my ancestors. Regardless, there were fine people on both sides, but it's clear with the full context. Trump never said that the Klansmen and the white nationalists were very fine people. He said they should be condemned. That's the actual truth.
But they will take a soundbite of him saying that and then say the opposite. And Don Lemon is really good at doing things like that. So, you know, it's very important for people to fact check. And shout out to this guy's name is Amir Odom that ended up like basically fact checking all of this. Like, I appreciate you for doing that, bro.
Speaking of racism in Charlottesville, let's get right into he's racist against black people. Let's just go through some of the things that he has said about black people.
Let's talk about George Floyd. You said George Floyd's death was a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What
That's a fact. That's a fact.
a terrible question to ask. So are white people. More white people.
And that is a terrible question. And sometimes you gotta I'm gonna let him get to it. Sometimes you gotta say, yo, that is a terrible question. Like, if you're too polite, like Kamala Harris, like when she does interviews, a lot of times she's very, very polite. Like, sometimes you have to just be like, yo, like that, like, what a terrible question. Like, why are you saying that? Like, you trying to cause a racial divide. There is white, like, and black people, like, this is happening to all of us. Like, it is what it is. Like, what? That's a terrible question to ask.
People, by the way.
That's not racist, that's an actual fact. The way that question was framed was actually very wrong, very misleading, and it was meant to like trap him or make him look bad, when in reality, every race in this nation deals with police brutality, which, by the way,
we've seen a lot. Like, yo, one of my favorite channels, bro, is police activity, right? I watch that channel like a lot, and they be showing people get tased, like all kind of like insane things that be going down on that channel. One thing I did notice is that police, I don't know if I can say this even on YouTube, brutality and all of that, it's kind of like across the board. Like, they kind of just do that with a lot of people. Like with us, like, you know, obviously I'm black, so I'm paying more attention to when they do it to black people, but they kind of do this to everybody, really, just to be real with you. So at least from what I've seen, you know, from the videos and stuff that I've seen. So, you know, I think it was very, like he said, misleading from this reporter lady to end up asking a question in the matter that she did. And it's kind of just to cause separation and confusion. I think that's kind of ridiculous. But as far as George Floyd, that was an insane situation. Very horrible.
Is at a very, very low amount compared to the regular smuggler criminals out there. Are cops supposed to be protecting us? Yes. But I'm not going to sit here and act like every cop is bad and wrong. And I'm also not going to act like we're going to get rid of bad cops entirely. Bad cops are out there. It sucks. But to sit here and act like my life is in danger at the hands of white police when there are more people who get struck by lightning and die than black unarmed men get shot by the police, miss me with it. It's so misleading.
Yo, he said, miss me with it. He said, miss me with it. Like, what?
Really is. And what Trump said was true. That is a horrible question to ask. White people are harmed too.
I'm getting Bucket 21 said conservatism is always a part of America. Mr. Karate, shout out to you. He said, yo, salute Piper Boy Williams. Shout out to you, bro.
Keep it real. All Trump has done is keep it real. Let's go to the next clip.
Why do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. What?
That's kind of true, bro. I didn't like when he said that. Like when Trump said that the first time, what do you have to lose? Your schools are bad, your roads. When I heard that, I'm like, what did you say? But he not lying, no, bruh. Like, what do you have to lose? You keep voting Democrat over and over and over again, expecting a different result. What do you have? Try something else. Trying the same thing over and over again hasn't done anything for. Try something else. So I don't even think, like, when I really thought about what he said, I'm just like, yo, that's facts. Don't be telling me facts, Trump. I'm like, yo, that's low-key facts, though. You know what I mean? Let's see what he got to say about that.
And die, then black unarmed men get shot by the police, miss me with it. It's so misleading. It really is. And what Trump said was true. That is a horrible question to ask. White people are harmed too. It's keep it real. All Trump has done is keep it real. Let's go to the next clip.
Why do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. What the hell do you have to lose?
Like when we look in our inner cities, St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, the list can go on, and it's ran by all Democrats for years, and we keep complaining about our hoods and our neighborhoods and everything falling apart. What do we have to lose by trying something new? That's all he was saying. I don't see the problem. What racist invites over 200 black people to hang out with him at his house? Because again, I was there.
Oh, he invited him to the White House. Yeah, but what y'all think about that? Like, yo, I was mad, bro, when he said that. But this is all facts, bro.
No jobs. What the hell do you have to lose?
Mr. Karate says, share the video and subscribe. Share the video, y'all, if y'all can. Shout out to y'all. And BX Aquarius said, people aren't ready for aggressive truth. I like the truth. I get what you saying, and I'm seeing it all over social media. People do not like the truth, bruh. And they feel like a lot of these situations are just going to magically fix themselves, and they can just continue to vote the same way with the same politicians in there, and everything will change. And that's not the truth. And this is why a lot of people are trying to move from liberal states, you know, because they're not taking care of their states like they're supposed to. But then they want to move, they want to move to conservative states and vote liberal. Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Absolutely no sense to me. But like you said, like hard truths, I like to just tell me what it is. You know, I like that.
Like when we look in our inner cities, St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, the list can go on, and it's ran by all Democrats for years, and we keep complaining about our hoods and our neighborhoods and everything falling apart. What do we have to lose by trying something new? That's all he was saying. I don't see the problem. What racist invites over 200 black people to hang out with him at his house? Because again, I was there. I told you, I've been about this. I've been there multiple times. I've dapped.
What racist person invite? Like he went to the White House. That was dope.
Complaining about our hoods and our neighborhoods and everything falling apart. What do we have to lose by trying something new? That's all he was saying. I don't see the problem. What racist invites over 200 black people to hang out with him at his house? Because again, I was there. I told you, I've been about this. I've been there multiple times. I've dapped up with Trump. I've never gotten a racist and bigoted vibe. People kept telling me that he was so racist and so bigoted. So what did I do? I went to the man's house to go and meet him.
of
I got invited to some events. I met him, didn't get a racist bone in my body. Like, honestly, it was actually a funny speech. That seems like a really bad racist to me. What racist pours money into black communities?
President Trump unveiling opportunity zones, a new policy he says will build up communities in need by giving investors tax breaks to invest in low-income areas.
What racist works with Kim Kardashian to get black people out of jail?
It really is such an honor to be here today, so thank you.
Another thing is, like, Kim Kardashian, a lot of people kind of are really negative on her. And she does a lot, and she puts her money behind her words to help and support, like, black people, like, and just people in general. Like, if she feels like they've been wrongfully convicted, try to help people get out of jail. I think one of the people that she was helping, wasn't it like something Davis, Troy Davis, I think that's his name. Like, he was on the row, you know, he was gonna get the needle and everything, and she was trying to get him off. So I don't know. I mean, shout out to her for you know, searching for justice for people. Like, a lot of people who have a lot of money, like, I think she's worth like $2 billion or something ridiculous. And so for her to spend her time doing that, I feel like is amazing. So shout out to her.
My whole journey with criminal justice reform.
What racist meets with the founder of BET, Black Entertainment Television, to discuss racism and ways to be a better person and ally to the black community?
I came away from that meeting understanding that President Trump is committed to reaching out to African Americans.
The fake news will never put this out. They are never going to show stuff like this. Shout out to everybody. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Thug Life. They will never see. What is this? The fake news. Like, shout out to this dude for putting this out here, bro. They will never put this out. Don Lemon would not. This one.
And in the course of my conversation with them, we talked about a number of issues, if implemented by President Trump and his administration, will demonstrate that African Americans have something to gain by establishing a common ground with President-elect Trump and his administration.
Actions speak louder
when
than
videos
words.
like that come out, and then somebody actually says something, and it's on fake news, it disappears. Shout out to him for having that.
All these actions that Trump is doing for the black community, I don't understand how people keep pinning him as a racist when he actually is the worst racist out there. Project 2025.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Let's hear. I keep hearing about Project 2025 from everyone on the left and all these Democrats keep talking about this is Trump.
Even when I'm like doing videos, it'll be a lot of people talking about Project 25. Project 25. Let's listen to this.
Trump's plan. What does Trump have to say about it? Because the only time I've ever heard Trump speak about Project 2025 is when he's saying things like this.
Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right, and they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation, and they keep saying, he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy.
Like, let's...
Yo, like, what else can you do at that point? You know what I mean? Shout out.
Be real again. I keep saying let's be real because no one's being real. Like, he's saying he doesn't know about it. He's saying he knows some people who put it together. He knows and admits that it's very far right, the same way there's a far left, and that's that. It's not fair to pin him to something that he says he has nothing to do with. It doesn't matter if he knows some of the people who wrote it. So does Kamala. He incited violence on January 6th.
President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital.
What did Trump actually say? Again, we keep being told what he said. We keep being told he incited violence. What did Trump actually say on Jan 6 at that rally. Let's listen.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Peacefully and patriotically march down to the Capitol. The crazy people on Jan 6, that is not patriotic. That is delusional.
Wow. Wow. This has got 1 million views. Shout out to him. 1 million views. This is crazy, bro. They will never post this.
Let's listen.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Peacefully and patriotically march down to the Capitol. The crazy.
Wow. And then Mike Fernandez said Trump was just in my city yesterday, New York, at the barbershop.
Crazy people on Jan 6, that is not patriotic.
Wait, yesterday? I thought he was just at McDonald's yesterday. Yesterday was Kamala Harris's birthday, but I think he was at McDonald's. You say he was in New York?
It's delusional, and that is insane, and that is crazy. He encouraged people to walk peacefully and patriotically. And you know what's crazy about that whole thing and that the whole setup where he's speaking in DC and everybody goes and walks to the Capitol? I was there, not Jan 6 exactly, but an event just like this 2 months prior at the White House. Here's my invite. I told y'all I'm gonna be talking on my Dear Amir Odom, please see your invitation to remarks by the president to be held at the White House on Saturday, October 10th, 2020. It was a rinse and repeat event. When I heard that he told people, when everyone was like harping about Trump told everybody to like go to the Capitol, he always does that. He did that at the event that I was at. We all walked to the Capitol and then dispersed and went back to the hotels or went out to eat or went to the club. Except for Jan 6, you had the crazy people acting a fool. We still have more to go through, but it's very clear that the media is very elusive when it comes to telling the truth. Even when Trump got shot, you think the media in big tech would just be very clear about what happened and let everything come up and be shown, but no, we've seen that that's not the case. Google and Facebook accused of suppressing Trump attempted assassination. Let's dive right into this article. Total sources.
Wait, what are you talking about? Chuck Lasher is a subscriber. He said there's quite a few people that helped write it that were on his administration. He's mentioning Project 2025 312. Somebody said, I don't know E. Jean Carroll or Stormy Daniels. You got to see Trump sit down with Tyrus. Is good. I reacted to a little bit of it already. Vance wrote the Ford and Trump's Project 2024.
85, 12 leaning left, 33 leaning right, 14 on the center. So what has the center said about this? Google faced accusations of suppressing information about Donald Trump's July 13th assassination attempt by failing to show relevant search results. What did the left say about this? Google Meta debunked claims they were hiding details about Trump assassination. Sometimes the real explanation isn't political bias, but faulty products. Now we know these people can pull levers and pick and choose what to highlight. We've seen it be done. We just saw that viral video asking Alexa about why they should vote for Kamala, and then they give a list of reasons. Then you say, give me a list of reasons why I should vote for Trump, and Alexa's silent.
Alexa, why should I vote for Trump?
I cannot provide responses that endorse any political party or its leader.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a female of color with a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice and inequality throughout the country.
We know, and we've seen it for years now.
Bruh. Nah, bruh.
This constant bias. What is the right saying about it? Well, New York Post, okay, yeah, it leans right. Woke tech giant Google censors Trump and backs Harris. Google was accused of skewing search results relating to Republican president candidate Donald Trump in favor of Dem rival Kamala Harris. And what's crazy is that we've all seen this, and the left isn't even denying it. You go back to what the left is saying. Remove your tinfoil hats. Social media mishaps aren't always billionaire election stealing plots. Regardless, you're still admitting that the search results and everything was bad for Trump, but good for Kamala. It's shady. And this is one of the many reasons why I love ground news, because it equips you with the tools to see the left, right, and center and how they're really spinning things between different headlines and stories. So if you want to get involved, be sure to click the link.
That's really sickening. Like, Alexa doesn't have anything to say for Trump, but she's got all of that to say for Kamala. That's ridiculous.
below or scan the QR code here on the screen. And for those of you that are international, don't figure you can go right up to this corner, hit US edition, and you can
yeah, Amazon changed that. I heard. Yeah, they changed it. Like, so there's no sense in me asking her because they changed it.
Toggle between international, UK, Canada.
Yeah, but Ricky, for real, like, why did they have to change it? Because like that's ridiculous. And then like a lot of these like big search engine that controls a lot of things, like I hear that they donate to certain, I don't know, man. That's social media. It is so fake, bro.
So you can always get the news that matters to you. In utilizing the unlimited access to the Vantage plan, which is the one I have now, you can use blind spot, which is my favorite feature that they have. It shows you everything that the right is talking about, but the left isn't. And on the other side, it shows you everything that the left is talking about, but the right isn't. So you can see the news from a clear slate so that you can always see the news for what it is. A quick example is right here. Biden said black jobs. When Trump said black jobs, it was a show online and in the media. Everybody got upset. Everybody's calling him racist. Okay, Biden said the same thing. Biden just said black jobs at a recent talk. The left isn't talking about it at all, but of course the right.
Wow, that's a fire program. I might have to get that.
It is. And then over here on the right, you have Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 14 people, officials say, in Gaza. Mainly the left is reporting on this, but not the right. Why? Because we know the left is mainly all for Palestine and the right is mainly for all Israel. Clear example of, you know, they're just going to suppress that. They're not really going to highlight that because they'll make Israel look bad and they don't want that. Again, blind spot. It's an amazing feature. Click the link below or scan the QR code, especially in this hyper politicized world that we're living in and how we've seen the media is able to mislead.
Wait, is he trying to get us, bro? Like, is this like marketing?
You ground news will always keep you grounded and tell you the truth for what it is. If you want
hey, Blue Red say Al Sharpton. That girl's not gonna save you. You wild, bro.
Want to get involved with the ground news, be sure to sign up below, especially for unlimited access to the Vantage plan, which my link and scanning the QR code on the screen will give you 40% off this month only. So be sure to do that. Again, that is ground.news/Amir, link below or scan the QR code on the screen. He's going to take away.
Hey, yo, like LB, why are you even in my like YouTube? Like you really don't even like me. Like you literally in here just trolling. Like why? Are you that mad?
Abortion rights.
He and his allies would limit access to
Let me
birth
make you
control,
mad.
ban.
Let me make LB real mad. Let me make it real mad real quick. What's up, LB? Let me make you real mad. You mad yet? You mad? Get mad.
Medication abortion and enact a nationwide abortion ban with or without Congress.
Okay, let's see what Trump has
Get
said.
mad, thug life. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get 100,000 subscribers so people like LB can get mad. Thug life. You mad now? How do you like it? I'm going to the polls. Mega, 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 mega. I'm about to go. Hey, y'all want me to do a video? Mega, 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 thug life. Mega, 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 mega. And then when I'm checking, or when I'm hitting it, the ballot, whatever, like I'm getting the ballot up, and then I got the, you know what I'm saying? What do they give you? Like a straw? I got the little straw. I'm gonna be like, LB, Trump. Mega, 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 mega. How you like them apples? Wait a minute. Hit the like button. People like LB can't stop us. Thug life.
Himself. What did he say?
You wouldn't support a national.
LB means little Biden. Shut out.
Ban.
No, I wouldn't support a national ban. No, I would not.
He says he will not. He's going to take away abortion rights.
He and his allies would limit access to birth control, ban medication abortion, and enact a nationwide abortion ban with or without Congress.
Okay, let's see what Trump has said himself. What did he say?
You trust her, LB? Watch him fact check her. She's fake. news. She's giving you fake news at the podium.
You wouldn't support a national ban?
No, I wouldn't support a national ban. No, I would not.
He says he will not support a national ban on abortion. He said that multiple times. Let's see his stances on exceptions, because everyone's like he's going to ban it in totality.
I bet LB's like rent is like crazy high. Like her gas prices is crazy high. I bet her roads need rehab. And she in here running with the blue.
Let's see what he has to say.
She like, no, Piperboy Williams is gonna probably influence another person to go red. It's over. Mad.
Say about that.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest.
Oh, they just subscribe. Like 30 people just subscribe, LB. What you gonna do about that? Thug life. They trying to bully me. Help me. Help me get 100,000 subscribers. Like the Democrats is trying to bully me. Help. I feel like this person, when somebody called me a Democrat, I feel like this person. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all this real quick. I don't know if I should do that. No, I don't know if I should do that, man. She might get mad. She might get mad. Let me not do that. She'll get mad. She'll cry.
Life of the mother. I think it's very important.
He said it plain and simple. For rape, incest, and life of the mother, he's also totally fine with abortion in that sense. He's going to take away IVF.
Taking away our freedom to control our body.
Hey, did you hear this fake thing right here? LB, listen.
He's going to take away abortion rights.
He and his allies would limit access to birth control, ban medication abortion, and enact a nationwide abortion ban with or without Congress.
Okay, let's see what Trump has said himself. What did he say?
You wouldn't support a national ban?
No, I wouldn't support a national ban. No, I would not.
He says he will not support a national ban on abortion. He said that.
Oh, wow, he said that. Hey, LB, let me show you something, LB. Let me show you what your robot is doing. She's being a robot, LB. Look at this.
Should never again stand behind the Should never again stand behind
LB, she's saying the same thing in every, like, wait a minute.
Should never again stand behind
This look like a robot to me. When somebody call me a Democrat, I understand why this girl wilding.
What's wrong?
Daddy's going to do that.
What?
Daddy's going to do crack.
He what?
He's going to do a crack.
Are you serious? Daddy! What's wrong?
Daddy's going to do crack.
What?
Daddy's going to do crack.
He what?
He's going to do a crack.
Are you serious? Daddy!
Yo, that's crazy.
Multiple times. Let's see his stances on exceptions, because everyone's like he's going to ban it in totality. Let's see what he has to say about that.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think.
Oh, wow, LB, what is that? It sounds like the Democrats have been putting out fake news. Did you hear what Trump said? Huh?
Said himself. What did he say?
You wouldn't support a national ban?
No, I wouldn't support a national ban. No, I would not.
He says he will not support a national ban on abortion. He said that multiple times. Let's see his stances on exceptions, because everyone's like he's going to ban it in totality. Let's see what he has to say about that.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important.
He said it plain and simple. For rape, incest, and life of the mother, he's also totally fine with abortion in that sense. He's going.
Can y'all like share this video, like this video, please? Because we don't want more people like LB in here. Because, like...
What's wrong?
Daddy told me to do that.
What?
Daddy told me to do crack.
He what?
He told me to do crack.
Are you serious? Daddy!
I don't want to be crying like that, LB.
Going to take away IVF.
Taking away our freedom to control our bodies, the freedom to become a mother through IVF like I did.
Okay.
Like you can, like Michelle Obama be out here capping. She be capping, bro. She be capping.
Michelle Obama saying that Trump wants to get rid of IVF and he doesn't like IVF. Let's see what Trump actually thinks of IVF.
For mothers and families to have babies, not harder. That includes supporting the availability of fertility treatments like IVF in every state in America.
This is this video. I hope you're seeing. There's more to come. But I hope you're seeing right.
My.
What's wrong?
Daddy told me to do that.
What?
Daddy told me to do crack.
He what?
He told me to do crack.
Are you serious? Daddy!
Now I know why, like, people are so scared to get called that. It's insane. Like, I cannot believe, like, Kamala is spreading all these false. Oh my God, LB. Look, Kamala was talking about she worked at McDonald's. Now look who's actually at McDonald's. Helping people.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, Steve.
Is the fake news gonna put this out there? That's why he said, like, before he started, like, look at all the fake news out there. It is what it is.
A lot of fun here, everybody.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Look at all the fake news over there. Hello, everybody.
You can fake this,
And
right?
you know this is compliments of Trump, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President,
Yes.
please don't let the United States become Brazil, my native Brazil.
We'll keep it
Please,
good.
Please, please.
We're going to make it better than ever, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, Mr.
Compliments
President.
of Trump.
That's a president right there. Thug Life. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get this channel up to 100,000 subscribers so LB can get mad. Wait a minute.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you over there. Have a good time.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
You
see you.
too.
Bye,
Nice to
darling.
see you.
Man, that's a president right there, bro.
It's a great question because I think what we'll see is a lot of censorship under sort of the Kamala regime. Kamala is really she's just a puppet, frankly. I mean, if the teleprompter breaks, doesn't know what to say. So,
Should never again stand behind the Should never again stand behind.
It's a great question because I think what we'll see is a lot of censorship under sort of the Kamala regime. Kamala is really she's just a puppet, frankly. I mean, if the teleprompter breaks, doesn't know what to say.
She needed a teleprompter when she did the Univision town hall meeting. She was doing which means she probably had the questions fed to her. She needed LB, listen, she had a teleprompter at a town hall meeting. And she was wearing the Inspector Gadget earrings. Like, so I don't know, like, people Like, imagine Elon Musk said, like, you need a teleprompter. Hey, before we get back to the video, I think it's something that LB need to see. Real quick, LB, because you might want to see this. I don't know. Hold on. This your girl, right?
He has lost his privileges, and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that
They want social media censored.
That if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm. That if the
Do you need to hear her again?
platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control. And it's not just the social and psychological effects, it's real harm.
They've already introduced legislation to get rid of TikTok. Those are the blue people that are saying that Trump doesn't like freedom of speech and he's trying to censor social media. That's them.
Now that there's a lot of people at play just bluntly lying in our faces and getting away with it. Like, don't tell me how to think. Don't lie to me about a person. Just give me the truth. Give me what they're saying. And it is evident with this video, you can barely trust the things that they're telling you. These videos are showing clear as day. There are a lot of left-leaning people who hate Trump just to hate Trump and are not giving credit.
Yo, LB said Congress needs to regulate social media. Are you Kamala?
Credit's due and acknowledging when he's actually being very modest. He's homophobic.
Pete Buttigieg. Don't you think it's just great to see the fact that you've got a guy there on the stage with his husband, and it's normal? It's not even.
I think it's absolutely fine. I do.
As your president,
Subscribe to Amir Odom. He's debunked. Yo, this is amazing. This is amazing. Yo, I don't think Trump is as bad as people are making him out to be. Let me I don't want to upset LB like that much more. Like, should I put the regular hat on?
I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
I thought they said he seems like a very tolerant president. I don't know. What do y'all think?
So far, I don't know how this is homophobic. Apparently, we're going to get into it. But in practice, the Trump administration has pursued an anti-LGBTQ agenda. Let's hear what he's critiqued.
Department of Justice sent a memo to the Supreme Court. Title VII, which is a civil rights law protecting against discrimination on the basis of sex, does not extend to transgender workers.
Where are the gay people at? This has nothing to do with gay people. It goes back to the LGB versus the TQ+. I've talked about this in my other pieces of content. At the end of the day, like, I can't change the fact that I'm gay. I can't change the fact that I'm black, but I'm being told you can change your gender on the fly. Men can be women and women can be men. You know, I'm being told these things. So of course, like, if you could just switch it back, then boom. Like, you know what I mean? It's very dicey. So it makes sense why gender identity discrimination isn't really constituted as sexual discrimination. And especially when it comes to gay people, my friends just got married at Mar-a-Lago. Literally.
They got married at Mar-a-Lago?
Trump had a gay wedding at his house this year. He seems like a very horrible racist person and a very horrible homophobic person.
Wow. Y'all see that?
if he's always constantly surrounding himself with multiple different races and multiple different sexualities. Again, actions speak louder than words, and as a gay man in this country, I am unfazed by President Trump. He's racist against Mexicans.
You have been widely criticized, Donald, as you know, for offending immigrants in your announcement speech. I want to just play again exactly what you said in that speech. Here you are.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Now, you've tried to clarify.
I assume some are good people. Now what, bro?
Daddy's gonna do crack.
What?
Daddy's gonna do crack.
He what?
He's gonna do a crack.
Are you serious? Daddy!
Clarify this statement in recent days, Donald, but I guess the question comes down to this. Do you regret saying that specifically about rapists, or do you stand by it?
No, not at all. Of course, it's not only Mexico. If you let that run a little bit longer, it talks about people coming from all over. They're coming from all over. They'll soon be coming, and probably already have, be coming from all over the world. You're probably going to have people, you're probably going to have terrorists coming from the Middle East. Somebody said, oh, we don't have terrorists. They don't even know, because they don't know who's coming.
You can watch my video. I did a video on him on the border wall. There are Chinese people, Russian people, and Indian people flying to South America and coming up through Mexico through the border because it's that easy to break through.
Wow. What do y'all think about that? Wow.
Watching that clip, it is clear Trump is not talking about the Mexican race. They're all rapists and disgusting and whatever it may be. He wasn't talking about that. He's talking about the people that are sneaking through the border. And speaking of the border, let's see what they have to think about it.
More than 80 migrants with previous criminal convictions were caught trying to cross into the United States illegally in the El Paso sector. According to Border Patrol, a pair of migrants from El Salvador who had ties to gangs were wanted for homicide. Another migrant who was also wanted for murder was sent back to Mexico. CBP says that many of the migrants are aggravated felons, sex offenders, child predators, drug traffickers, and drunk drivers.
So where did Trump lie in his statement? Because it's a pair.
Wow. Hit the like button. People need to see stuff like this.
At the southern border, there are criminals coming through Mexico that are murderers and rapists and serial crime offenders. The list goes on. Exactly what Trump said. So instead of the media telling you that Trump says all Mexicans are rapists and they're all so bad, he's literally talking about what's actually happening at the border. And that video was so old, everything he said had just come true even more. It is an issue that we're dealing with at our southern border, but everyone keeps talking about race instead of focusing on what's actually going down. Y'all, we are being lied to about this man. He downplayed COVID. I want y'all to look at this real quick. Fact check. The World Health Organization did not say COVID can't transmit from person to person. I'm gonna repeat this, and it's on the screen. Fact check. The World Health Organization did not say COVID-19 can't transmit from person to person. Cool. So what did they say? Preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus 2019-nCoV identified in Wuhan, China. That is from the WHO. Listen, Trump downplayed COVID, Trump COVID this, Trump COVID. The people we were supposed to be listening to didn't get anything right at all either. No one's being real or consistent.
Are we living in the Twilight Zone? Why are we seeing all of these people like lying? This is insane. This is literally insane, bro. They literally just like lied on Trump like crazy.
You got Pelosi talking about come outside, come to Chinatown, everything's all fine and dandy.
You should come to Chinatown. Precautions have been taken by our city. We know that there is a concern about tourism traveling all throughout the world, but we think it's very safe to be in Chinatown and hope that others will come.
Just phony. And everybody was getting mad at him calling it the China virus. I'm sorry, have you ever heard of the West Nile virus? Is that not a thing? Have you heard of the Spanish flu? We've always named flus and sicknesses from the country origin. Not every single one, but it has been common. To pin that on Trump and the media keep calling him racist and a bigot for that, as if the West Nile virus and Spanish flu aren't a—
Yo, he got 100,000 likes. That's crazy. Yo, I'm about to send this video to a couple people. Antonio Jenkins with the $2 donation. He said the Great Reset has started. Shout out to you, bro, for sponsoring this.
A thing that we study in school.
I'm sending this video to some
I'm
people,
telling
bro.
y'all, you really need to think for yourselves. Do not be lied and miswayed about this damn man. Is he crazy sometimes? Yes. Has he lied sometimes? Yes. But these are the most this list, there's more. This is the prominent list of the top key things that he's always been lied to about, and it's all being debunked right now. And I'm not just talking out my hoo-ha. It's coming from Trump himself. They're lying about the things that he's saying, y'all. Trump told people to take ivermectin and horse dewormer. The truth is, ivermectin, which is not only a drug for horses, there is a human-grade ivermectin, has worked for the same amount of people in my life as the same amount of people who got the vaccine and then still got COVID. At that, there's such thing as Advil for horses. So now just because you take an Advil, you take a horse medicine? No, that's not how this works. Why crap on someone medically for doing something that's worked for them and that was prescribed to them by their doctor? The same—
Yo, shout out to you, bro. This fact checking is amazing.
Same people that's constantly saying Trump is lying, Trump's a bigot, Trump spreads misinformation is the same group of people that was misled and wrong about everything regarding 2020 and COVID.
Not just protecting themselves, but reducing their transmission to other people and allowing society to get back to normal.
We can kind of almost see the end. We're vaccinating so very fast. Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
Getting vaccinated and getting a booster shot.
Let me fast forward this because you can't really be seeing all this stuff on YouTube.
If you have these vaccinations, we have all the vaccines.
Oh, I cannot stand him, bro. Robert Kennedy exposed him. That's why they going at Robert Kennedy right now. Let me see if I can show y'all this. Y'all, it's gonna take a minute, bro. Robert Kennedy ended up exposing them, bro. Him and he sat down with Dr. Phil and he exposed Dr. Fauci, bro. Ooh, man, I cannot stand. When y'all hear this, y'all are not gonna believe it. I didn't believe it. Is this it? No, it's like a little bit before this. Yeah, so they're having hearings, censorship hearings, and they're going in on Robert Kennedy. But shout out to Trump. He basically said that he's going to make sure that Robert Kennedy ends up getting a spot, like in his cabinet or whatever. Or in his administration, I should say. But I was very surprised at this. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is. All right, so this is what the left won't say about Trump. What is it?
All day. So why don't we come over? Joy put so much energy.
No, that ain't it. It's coming up soon, y'all. Just wait a minute. This is it right
about Big Pharma. And this is about vaccines. You say that the government regulators have been bought off by...
Please send this video to your friends. Send this. This is why the Democratic Party has turned on Robert Kennedy. Well, another reason is because he was upset about the CBS fact-checking Trump and not fact-checking Kamala Harris and seeing the divide that they were trying to create instead of trying to bring America together. And then now he's outing like Fauci and like different people. So they going at him. Let's listen to this.
Let me ask you this about Big Pharma. And this is about vaccines. You say that the government regulators have been bought off by Big Pharma. I think that's what you're saying when you say that this entanglement has occurred. You said agency employees are actually getting royalties getting payments on vaccines and drugs that they approve. Is that true?
Bro, for him to sit there and say this is insane. And then you also got to think, Dr. Phil is putting, I think they kind of tried to take jabs at him when he went on The View. But for Dr. Phil to have Robert Kennedy on there talking about this, giving him a platform, he's putting, like, Phil is putting himself at risk.
Yes, there's
for like public ridicule and things like that. So shout out to him.
There's a couple things happening. For example, the Moderna vaccine. NIH owns half of that vaccine, 50%. So the billions of dollars that that vaccine makes, half of that goes to NIH, the agency, but there's also individuals, at least 4 and maybe 6 individuals who work for NIH who are high-level deputies under Anthony Fauci who get to collect $150,000 a year forever, not just for their lives, but their children as long.
Forever? Not just for their lives, but for their children? Bruh! This is a Kennedy putting this out here.
At least 4 and maybe 6 individuals who work for NIH who are high-level deputies under Anthony Fauci who get to collect $150,000 a year forever, not just for their lives, but their children. As long as that mRNA technology is on the market, they're going to be making money from it.
Okay,
and that is a conflict.
Hang on a minute now, because I don't want to blow by this too fast. So the National Institute of Health is getting a kickback, a bribe, a royalty, a share, whatever you want to call it. Is this not a clear conflict of interest?
Yes.
That's what you're pointing out, right?
Yeah, it is. People are shocked.
Okay, why are you the only one talking about this?
If you talk about this kind of thing, you get censored on YouTube. You will not be allowed on the mainstream media to talk about these issues. It used to be that you could, and nowadays you cannot.
So now he's like going to censorship hearings. You know, so like that's what's going on with him. Like they've turned on him altogether. So, you know, he's supporting Trump.
FDA, about 50% of FDA's budget comes from regulated industries, so mainly the pharmaceutical industries. You have agency capture on steroids. The principal objective of FDA today is to serve the mercantile interests of pharmaceutical companies. And that's why you see FDA not only approving all of these drugs that shouldn't be approved, but they also are, you know, out to destroy things that are actually shown to be good for you, that do not make profits for the pharmaceutical companies.
What do you think about that? Like that's literal insanity. Check this out, bro. Y'all won't believe this.
It is my
All right, so it is my testimony that the border is secure, Mayorkas said. We have a secure border, and that is a priority, Kamala Harris. Watch this video.
It is my testimony that the border is secure.
We have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration.
I digress.
We just need our people to take it. A, for their own protection, for the protection of their family, but also to break the chain of transmission. You want to be a dead end to the virus. So when the virus gets to you, you stop it. You don't allow it to use you as the stepping stone to the next person.
This guy is getting $150,000 for the rest of his life, as long as that jab solution is in circulation, allegedly, according to Robert Kennedy. Not only is he getting $150,000 for the rest of his life, his kids are getting paid. That's why he's got a smug look on his face. He'll tell you anything that he can. At the end of the day, he's trying to get paid, allegedly. This is ridiculous, guys.
Now we know that the vaccines work well enough, that the virus...
Can't even talk about this on YouTube. It's ridiculous.
Trump, had doubts about Trump, on the fence about Trump, or just honestly, not just in general, even if they hate Trump, everyone needs to see this video for the truth that's outlined in it. The most common and widespread lies about Trump for years. They've talked about all these things that we've just outlined that are not true. It all requires.
Hey, Buckland's creation said it's. Oh, okay. She said, "Oh, it shut off my immune system." Oh man, that's sad. That's sad. Oh, shout out to you. I thought you said something else. Shout out to you. Insurrection Barbie. Shout out to her. Follow her on Twitter. Says an entire New York City neighborhood has been taken over by migrant gangs, and there's nothing NYPD can do about it.
And business owners here, they say they're losing their community. Former city councilman Hiram Montserrat wants Governor Kathy Hochul to send in the National Guard.
This is organized crime. So an entire New York City neighborhood has been taken over by gangs, and there's nothing the city's able to do about it. Because even after several police raids of this formerly vibrant middle-class neighborhood, the levels of criminal activity here continue to soar. And that's why residents are demanding the governor step in and send in the troops.
I actually got to speak to a couple of community members. They say that organized crime.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Interesting. So remember when Kamala Harris, she ended up saying that when they said Jesus is Lord, she said, "Oh, you're at the wrong rally." Her way of making up to that, it says Kamala Harris messed up so bad she went to go pander at church in what can only be described as the most cringeworthy and false moment I have ever seen. This is fake on steroids. Listen to this.
Person passed by, sees the man lying in his path.
No, she didn't, bro. She is wild, man. No, she did not, bruh. No, she didn't.
And walks around him.
No, she did not. This lady is out of her mind.
I just want to say, I grew up a Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. I'll tell you what. He will not have to worry about nobody in my family ever vote for a Democrat again.
And that was New York Giants legendary and Pro Football Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor endorsing President Trump during his massive New Jersey rally over the weekend. Former Giants running back Otis Anderson also throwing his support to the former president. Trump hoping to gain ground with black voters. Rapper Lil Wayne praising Trump's work on criminal reform. While
wow.
Rapper Snoop Dogg said earlier this year he has, quote, nothing but love and respect for Trump. Rapper 50 Cent also suggesting Trump is maybe the answer after seeing New York City give prepaid credit cards to illegal migrants. Joining me now with some big news of his own is the founder of Big 3 award.
Oh, wow. We got Ice Cube up there. The fake news won't put this out, will they? They won't.
Winning rapper and actor Ice Cube. Also joining us is Big 3 president and co-founder Jeff Quantinetz. Great to see you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Jeff Quantinetz, always a pleasure and an honor to see you. Cube, I want to kick things off with this historic Big 3 news. But first, what did you make of this support for Trump over the weekend? And do you feel a shift going on in the African-American community? Celebrities and rappers turning their attention to Donald Trump?
I don't know. I've been so engulfed in the Big 3. And so, I just got off tour in Canada. So I'm a little out the loop. People going to make a decision on who they want to be president. I think it's a personal decision. I don't know if they can.
Yo, this is so big for him to be on Fox News, this program. This is pretty big. Shout out to him, bro. Like, the amount of pressure you're going to be under, especially when you, like, this could affect his ticket sales. He's rich. I mean, how much more money, you know what I mean? He's rich, but, like, this could affect how they perceive him. And they could turn on him. We got people turning on each other, like, all the time because of their different political beliefs. So, that's big. Shout out to you, Ice Cube, bro.
Care if any rappers or entertainers get up there and say anything. it's really a personal decision. People know who Trump is. People know who Biden is. They're going to make their decision no matter who gets up there and pushes whatever agenda they on. So it's really, the country knows both of these guys very well. So I just think it's going to just come down to a personal decision.
Jeff, any thoughts in your travels in terms of the community, the rapper community, supporting Trump?
Look, I think that people have realized that neither party really speaks for minorities, maybe for the black audience, and it comes down to who they think will really help them on the issues that they care about. And I think it's underestimated how much people care about the economy. I mean, we all know people care about the economy.
Yeah, man. Like, people are like a lot of like newly graduated like college students are worried about how are they gonna pay to live. It's expensive out here. Like, people are forced to have roommates. Some people are married or forced to be in relationships that they don't want to be in. Not forced, but are in relationships they don't want to be in because they can't afford to live by themselves, and the risk of not, like, it's a lot of things, bro. It's so expensive out here. Like, people are going through it. So yeah, people are like looking and paying attention, like, yo, like, who's gonna help me? Like, bills are high, groceries are high, gas prices are high. You know what I mean? Like, energy is high. Like, what is going to happen?
And immigration, but I think people think the black community and the minority community is monolithic. They don't realize.
Protagonist says that are horrible, but it's not going to stop if she gets in office. We are going to lose our country. Shout out to you for being a subscriber. And then BX Aquarist said, yes, Trump sat with Cube. I think that was big. And then Mike Fernandez said he's talking to LB.
Is that people have a lot of different opinions.
Yeah. No, it's a great point. It's not monolithic, obviously. But let's get to your big news. A historic announcement for.
And then Vote for Science said, how can white supremacists be an option? Will someone who is a minority please explain to me? We did a video debunking a lot of what you're saying. Like, we reacted to a video of somebody debunking what you're saying. I think you got to get out of the echo chamber of the left news. When you do, you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. They are poisoning people's minds.
For the Big Three League, you're selling your first franchise to DCB Sports in a $10 million deal. The team will play in the Los Angeles area. Q, why this group? Tell me what the plans are for Big Three.
When y'all want me to play stuff and things like that, you gotta like super chat, man.
Well, this group is a great group of different individuals coming together.
All right, shout out to Ice Cube for that, man. All right, let's see what Amala is talking about. Shout out to her.
Waste any time. We're gonna get right into reacting to.
Survive without its own. Is my 4-month-old a parasite?
Your baby can breathe on its own. Your baby can drink water.
For like how long, baby girl? Come on. Come on.
From its mouth to its stomach.
But it cannot.
Your baby can
it
eat
hunt?
food.
Can it gather? Can it reason?
But that's not what qualifies something as being a living organism. Being a living organism simply means, can you survive outside of a womb, outside of your host?
Got it. So I just want to make sure I'm clear. Why does that then equate to moral viability?
It equates to scientific viability.
Why? Under what standard?
Because it is not alive, and you are advocating for the rights of something that is not technically a life.
Got it. So what is something
while
that has
sacrificing the needs of the human woman who is alive.
Got it. So, but
all right. So a living organism. Therefore, a living organism can be defined as anything that has life and consists of cells as its basic unit of organization. So what is she talking about?
A mom can survive
Yes.
without the baby in her, right?
Yes.
The baby cannot survive without the mom.
Yes.
But a mom cannot survive without her lungs. So it's not her body, it's in her body. It's not her
I
DNA,
know.
so it's not her choice. So it's a...
It actually is directly her DNA.
just two different views on the matter. I just don't know what you want me to say. There are plenty of like very valid, like pragmatic pro-choice arguments that I'm very interested to see how he contends with those. But that is just not one of them. Just arguing viability, I don't know. It's not for me.
It is 100%. It's 50% of her DNA.
Half her DNA.
It's actually pretty fire.
He's gonna win, I'm telling you. This could take a while.
Okay, first of all,
do we have our terms correct? We agree?
Actually, no. So first of all, I'd like to refine our
He said actually no.
terms. I have 2 points to bring up.
Shout out to anonymous user with the $5 donation. He said play clips from Trump denying Project 2025 so LB can see Heritage Foundation came up with it, not Trump. Didn't I already, like, we played that already? Like, she was in here, like, when we was playing it. Hey, LB, weren't you in here when we played that? I think she was in here when we played that. And then Michaelis with the $5 donation. Shout out to you. Make our neighborhoods great again. Vote Trump. Much love from, I appreciate that. We are getting rid of our BS leader next. Shout out to you.
After that, though. So you define murder as like intentionally like killing a human being. I think that's a very poor way to define murder, because if someone were to like break into my home and point a gun at the heads of me and everybody I love, and I intentionally kill them to prevent them from killing my family, I don't think I murdered them, right? So I would define murder as the unjustified termination of a human life.
Hold on, let me do this for this dude sent.
They lied. They were wrong.
Talking about Project 2025.
That the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Let's hear. I keep hearing about Project 2025.
Yo, y'all got to give me credit. I'm fast with these clips. Thug life. Shout out to everybody, bro.
Everyone on the left and all these Democrats, they keep talking about this is Trump's plan, Trump's plan, Trump's plan. What does Trump have to say about it? Because the only time I've ever heard Trump speak about Project 2025 is when he's saying things like this.
Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right. And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation, and they keep saying, he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy.
Like, let's be real. Again, I keep saying let's be real because no one's being real. Like, he's saying he doesn't know about it. He's saying he knows some people who put it together. He knows and admits that it's very far right, the same way there's a far left. And that's that. It's not fair to pin him to something that he says he has nothing to do with. It doesn't matter if he knows some of the people who wrote it, so does Kamala. He incited violence on January 6th.
President of the United States incited a violent mob.
Hold on, you want to
And all these actions that Trump is doing for the black community, I don't understand how people keep pinning him as a racist when he actually is the worst racist out there. Project 2025.
What you're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Let's hear. I keep hearing about Project 2025.
Yeah, here it is from there.
You're making a good point. Let me further clarify.
Yeah, I guess it just, do you have two categories of murder? Do you have like a justified murder versus an unjustified murder? Do you have like a lawful murder versus an unlawful murder? It's an interesting point.
So self-defense is very warranted.
Exactly, right?
But I can see where you're going to go with how that has to go with abortion, but we can go down that journey in a second.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I kind of do want to give you my argument insofar as why I'm pro-choice, why I think it's justified, but first...
Bro, you're a dude. You're not even a girl. Like, why do you, like, this ain't your argument. This is... you know what I mean? Like, I think women should be the ones like sitting here like arguing on it. As far as like Trump is saying, like in situations like the R word and like other situations, like he's not opposed to it. As far as what he's doing, he's actually giving the power back to the states. This is kind of further like putting out like, I guess like the misconception that Trump is against like a person being pro-choice, right? Because he's against the federal government controlling
first,
I think that,
you know,
Like, so if you feel like you just have to have that done, go to a state that allows it. Is what he's saying. Like, he's giving the power back to the state. So like this, like, I get the form and what the guy's trying to do, but I don't know. Somebody said play Tucker C interview with Harmet Dillahan. Have these libs crying when they figure out Kamala worked 1 8-hour day and 3 years as a prosecutor.
Your position is quite absurd, right? Because you're saying that it is murder to kill a human being, right, at any point in development, especially when it's in the mother's womb. My question to you would be, well, does this make women with IUDs murderers? Because it is the case that in some scenarios, an IUD will allow for conception to occur, meaning there's a unique human life there.
I do love, this guy's very smart. You can tell. He's well articulating. He's doing a good job. He's looking at it from very unique angles. I just do love the energy that somebody brings to an argument when they feel like they've like already owned you before you've responded, and they're like giving their point out and like looking at you so intensely and all this stuff. Just chill. Like, we can really like bring the energy down and just have a conversation. It's not like, and I understand the format does not really give
Wait, so you said play Tucker C interview.
way to that sort of thinking. You're on a timer, like everybody's watching you. They're putting up red flags as you're speaking, but chill.
But it will prevent its implantation, intentionally killing it.
Well, no, preventing implantation is not necessarily the same thing as terminating a fertilized egg. For example, if you take Plan B, again, it's not the same thing. Preventing the production of progesterone is not the same thing as terminating a being that has been fertilized. You do not know for a fact that the egg has been fertilized. You do not know that when you have an IUD.
Okay, yeah, so preventing fertilization or implantation.
Oh, you talking about this? Yo, I don't even know if I can play this because he might be copyrighted, but let me see anyway. Are you talking about this?
James O'Keefe's line.
Hold on. Let's see, Kamala Harris and Willie Brown.
That they can prove there during her 8 years or so as a prosecutor in Alameda County.
So I lack perspective on this. Is that a lot? A little?
It's very little.
Very little.
For somebody who's claimed today in all of her public appearances to have been a lifelong law enforcement officer and prosecutor, and when she ran for district attorney, claimed to have tried hundreds of cases. She actually, according to what I've been able to dig up and what her opposition dug up on her in 2003, which she never refuted, 2 cases in San Francisco during the 2 years that she worked at the DA's office before quitting and then planning her run against her boss.
Wait, what? Nah.
2 cases in San Francisco during the 2 years that she worked at the DA's office before quitting and then planning her run against her boss. 8 in the Alameda County District Attorney's office. So she basically held those 2 jobs as a prosecutor. Now, Terrence Hallinan, let's setting the stage of my meeting her in San Francisco. So San Francisco had a very progressive prosecutor. I think he was elected in 2006.
So she didn't really, nah, bro. You said, oh yeah, she a fraud. Yo,
sorry,
so she didn't really work that much, huh?
96 or so, named Terrence Hallinan.
Famous person in California.
Famous guy. He was one of some brothers.
Yeah.
My departed husband served on the board of the Liberal Pacifica radio station with one of the other Hallinan brothers. So, they were kind of regulars in the left-wing activist circles.
Sean Keys with the $2 donation. Speaking of Russia, look up Putin endorsing Kamala.
In San Francisco.
I think he was joking when he said it. I don't think he was really endorsing her. I think he was joking when he said it.
Francisco, and Hallinan promised to be a progressive prosecutor, and he came on board and was a progressive prosecutor, would serve soup at the soup kitchens and things like that. Kind of old school liberal.
All right, let me see that.
Russian President Vladimir Putin weighs in on the upcoming U.S. presidential election, saying he would support Democrat Kamala Harris in November.
It was a very odd statement appearing.
All right, so it says Putin supports Kamala Harris, ? Fox 7 Austin.
To be a joke he made during the Eastern Economic Forum.
See what I'm saying?
During the Eastern Economic
Harris in November.
It was a very odd statement appearing to be a joke he made during the Eastern Economic Forum.
At the event, Putin suggested he would take President Joe Biden's advice about urging all allies to support Harris. Some audience members laughed.
Yeah, it was a joke, bro. Like, that's not real. It was a joke. And then anonymous user $5 donation say, play Lyndon B. Johnson using the N-word on YouTube. He says he'll have blacks voting Dem for 200 years. Let's remind LB Dems were Confederate. I can't, like, if people are saying words like that, I can't put that on YouTube. Like, I can't play it or it'll demonetize the whole video.
Implantation to the uterine lining is killing a conceived zygote. So what happens? A sperm goes into the egg, right? The egg becomes fertilized. It's a conceived zygote. In some cases, it will prevent the implantation of the conceived zygote, killing the conceived zygote.
No, I mean, if anything, somebody said that's Fox spin about the Vladimir Putin. If
the other
anything,
brothers,
like Fox would want to put out, you see what I'm saying? They want that out, like, oh, Putin's supporting her, Putin's support. But like, I really looked into it, and it was a joke, bro. It was.
In some cases, correct.
So what do you say? In some cases, women with IUDs are murderers?
Of course not. They're not murderers. We do not know for a case. That's like saying that.
So what's the difference between an IUD killing a conceived zygote and like a mother going to Planned Parenthood and killing the fetus in her womb?
Well, so you're asking two separate things. If they knew for certain, to be more clear, that I have a fertilized egg and I'm going to take a drug to prevent that fertilized egg from attaching to their uterine wall, then yes, that is an act of killing or murder, of course.
So then this is the other thing that we get into.
Yo, her super chats are going crazy. Dang. Yo, she got some supporters over there.
With the abortion arguments, it's like if you take a strong stance on abortion, people have to find like a specific instance where your stance no longer holds water, and then people like are trying to like defend and safeguard themselves of like, oh no, actually I don't think that's okay. So then I guess an IUD is murder, and then I think just be like, you know what? There's some things that, you know, we're gonna feel okay with, and some things we're not gonna feel okay with. When I'm like listening to abortion arguments, I'll tell you the ones that I am.
Look, bro, like if you are R word
and
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you what to do with your body. You know what I mean? Then, like, you don't know if a woman, she can, like, you know, if she could lose her life, like, giving birth and stuff like that. I can't tell her what to do with her body.
And when you're in
and then, I'm not a woman. I can't tell a woman what to do with her body. Like, so I don't even want to. I think women should be, like, arguing that. But it's not, like, illegal. It's, you just go to whatever state that's going to have it done.
You're totally guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty. Because you support.
Yo, Sync is wild, bro. He be bugging.
Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has done 2,000 times worse, and you know it. You won't even run it on this show.
Okay.
You won't even run it on this show because Donald Trump, what he says is so much worse than anything a Democrat has ever said about him.
Yo, Sync is dangerous, bro. Like, he is dangerous. But I think we reacted to this like a little while back, and I think Candace Owens ended up owning Sync. But the funny thing is, like, now Sync and the Young Turks are like turning against Kamala Harris, which is interesting because he was going crazy in support of Kamala Harris, but like now they don't really care for her, it looks like.
Now, if we could compile a list of the public figures who have a fatal case of Trump derangement syndrome, Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks would be probably top 10 at a minimum.
Definitely.
And in this video, we're going to watch Candace Owens calmly destroy him over his comments about Trump and the
Sync, whatever. Jink, whatever his name is.
Assassination attempt. Now, let me set this up because when I play this clip, we're kind of going to be in the middle of the conversation because it goes on and on and on. Cenk is not taking responsibility for liberals who are violent with their rhetoric. He believes that Trump is 10 times worse, and he's not willing to compromise on that at all. The problem, though, Piers Morgan isn't buying that, and wait till you hear.
Yo, y'all subscribing. Hey, shout out to y'all. We trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. Shout out to everybody. Like, we closing the gap. I appreciate that. Also, if you can, subscribe to Devori Darkins. He's got a lot of good material. He's got 367,000 subscribers, so I'm way behind, you know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel. I think on this video right now, we've got 88,220 subscribers, and then this video right here, it's got 146,000 views. So shout out to everybody that's been watching, sharing, liking, commenting in the comment section. I appreciate y'all.
What Candace Owens had to say. Let's start here.
Or maybe when they constantly hear on the airways people like you and Hillary Clinton and others constantly depicting Trump as an existential threat to democracy in America.
Piers, you're totally guilty. You're guilty. You're guilty.
You're guilty. You're guilty. You're like, bro, this dude wildin'.
Because you support Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has done 2,000 times worse, and you know it. You won't even run it on this show.
Okay.
You won't even run it on this show because Donald Trump, what he says is so much worse than anything a Democrat has ever said about him. So you won't even run it on this show. So that's it. Are you telling me?
You won't even run it on this show. You won't even run it like, bruh.
Donald Trump, you better shut up. You better not say any of those gross things that you always say. You know that he joked about smashing Nancy Pelosi's husband's head in with a hammer.
Yeah, and the truth
One
is,
of his lunatic fans tried to murder Nancy Pelosi's husband, and he's like, it's so funny.
Here's
Do you know that when they tried to murder his vice president,
here's the problem,
he then turned around and said he deserved it.
He's the problem.
He's a psycho,
Here's
and you
the problem.
defend him every day, Piers.
Here's the problem. You have no idea what I've said about Trump when he's done these things. If you had, you wouldn't accuse me of not talking about them, because
So are
I
you telling
always
him
do.
to shut up?
Because I always do.
Are you telling him to shut up?
Okay, so let's just take a beat. Oh my God. I mean, Cenk, he is Trump deranged. He's got
I don't like saying his name because I feel like I'm saying something derogatory. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't it feel like that? Like, y'all know his name is like, I don't want to say his name, bro. I'm going to call him Cenk. But that's a
case of it. I don't think it could ever be cured. I don't think he'll ever be red pilled. He is proud to be a progressive lunatic. That's what the Young Turks Network is all about, progressive ideology. The only person who is sometimes reasonable is Anna Kasparian. She says some things that is like common sense. This guy, I hardly hear common sense coming out of his mouth. Especially when Trump is involved in the conversation. And here's the problem. Two wrongs don't make a
Candace Owens never said she was a flat earther. She said she's not a flat earther. She's not a round earther. She's just a person that is like left that. Let me see if I could. All right, here you go. Somebody said Candace Owens is a flat earther. Candace Owens, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a round earther. Actually, what I am is I am someone who has left the cult of science.
Guys, imagine being married to me. I mean, my poor husband, he rolls over. He's like, what are you reading? And I feel like a regular wife says something, I don't know, maybe a love series, Nora Roberts, sweeping her away. Me, on the other hand, he rolled over, he asked me, and I said, oh, I'm reading a flat earth theory. And it dawned into an entire conversation. He's like, why are you reading a flat earth theory? And I'm like, because somebody messaged me on Manect about it and they included some links and I'm just reading them. I don't know. I'm just an interested person, no matter
She's just reading it, bro. Like
what. If there's a bunch of people that believe something, I now want to know what it is that they believe.
That way you can have like an argument or whatever if you need to talk to them.
And of course, he pushed me on this and he was talking about the earth curvature and science. And I said to him, listen, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not a round earther. Actually, what I am is I am somebody who has left the cult of science. I have left the mega church of science because what I have now realized is that science, what it is actually, if you think about it, is a pagan faith.
So, I don't know.
Right. Even if we say, you know what, Cenk, you're right. What Trump says could be contributed to why he had another second attempt on his life. But can you meet us in the middle and say that what you say also contributed as well? I don't think he's big enough to do that because what he accuses Trump.
Tim said, you keep going, homie. I swear you're on. Bro, I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers, bro. And, you know, we got a window closing, the election's coming up, so like I'm running, bro. And then what I do for a living, I've got a lot of time off. I got like 4 days off a week, bro. So like normally I'm just out like buying stuff and like, but no, I got a lot of cool stuff at the house. I don't need to be going over where really. So I'm just been been grinding it out. I'm trying to get this 100,000 subscriber shot so I could show. It's really like a lot of people think when I say, oh, we need to get this channel to 100,000. It's not necessarily just to say I have 100,000 subscribers. It's to have like different protections so I can play different type of clips. You know what I mean? That's what the 100,000 subscribers is for. So I could be, you know what I mean? It's a lot of things I want to show that get stopped, you know what I mean? And that'll at least give me the verification, and I will be able to potentially show you guys different things. And then it's some people that control different licenses for certain things, and you have to have 100,000 subscribers to even approach them. So
Trump being and doing is exactly what Chink does. He melts down like he's a little baby. He acts like a small man. He acts like he has some personal vendetta with Trump. It's like he went to high school with Trump and Trump bullied him his entire time in high school, and now he wants to get back at him as an adult. Like, he's overly emotional. What's the point of doing this video, and why does it matter? It matters because when you see the way Candace Owens responds, I think we all can learn from how she articulates the facts and what's wrong with Cenk and his argument. Let's continue.
Candace, look, we're 48 hours after the latest assassination attempt, and I'm listening to another liberal who I respect, I've had Cenk on a lot on this show, absolutely losing his mind about how despicable Donald Trump is and what a threat he is and a danger and so on and so on. Exactly the kind of rhetoric that Trump has said he believes is fueling these people to try and kill him. What do you make of where we are with this?
What I make of all of this is that if you are going to legitimately tell people that someone is a monster, that somebody is a dictator, that somebody is literally Adolf Hitler, if you're going to tell people that this person is a constant threat, why wouldn't somebody try to eliminate that threat?
Yo, I'm live with y'all, and then like subscribers are like, hit me up on Twitter like, this dude, let me show you this. I just responded to him anyway. Hold on. Yo, I respond to people, bro. I'm not like all these people. Y'all be giving super chats too. They be ignoring y'all. So somebody said, John Bannon said, haha, Candace Owens definitely didn't own Sync at all. Sorry, remind Trump tried to use and manipulate MAGA to take out to eliminate a sitting VP, to unalive his own VP, to keep power by force, ending the Constitution. Repeat, Trump tried to end the Constitution. This is fake. This is fake, bro. This is not true.
Would actually be a sensible thing for somebody to do if they believe the rhetoric that is coming out of people's mouths.
Look at Jake, bro. Look at him. He is so mad, bro.
Is literally Adolf Hitler. If you're going to tell people that this person is a constant threat, why wouldn't somebody try to eliminate that threat? That would actually be a sensible thing for somebody to do if they believe the rhetoric that is coming out of people's mouths. Now,
then
if
all
this
of the
had
right
happened
wing
and
is
it was
guilty,
flipped,
including you, Candace.
Cenk, you just
You're all
spoke for a
guilty.
very long
You've
time.
done 10,000 times worse than you know.
Control yourself. Cenk, you're going to have to learn how to control yourself. I know it's very difficult for you, but you just had a very long time to speak and we were quiet. I promise you can do that. You need to sit on your hands, then you should do that. As I was saying, if this situation had been reversed and I had just watched somebody try to shoot Kamala Harris,
bro. I love how
she
just checked him.
Cenk, you're going to have to learn how to control yourself. I know it's very difficult for you, but you just had a very long time to speak and we were quiet. I promise you can do that. You need to sit on your hands, then you should do that. As I was saying, if this situation had been reversed and I had just watched somebody try to shoot Kamala Harris, I would be definitively saying how wrong it was. I would be saying to people that despite the fact that I do not want her to be president, of course, she is not so much of a threat that she needs to be shot. They don't stop this rhetoric because they do not want these assassinations.
Kevin Avalian said, thank you for the info on Putin. Yeah, man, like a lot of people think that's what he said, like, but he was actually just like joking about that.
Nation attempts to stop on Donald Trump. And I want to be very clear. The circumstance that we find ourselves in the West is one of remarkable privilege. And when you're in times of remarkable privilege, it creates actually an issue of having a lot of weak men, right? Weak men are the ones that are going out here proclaiming that Donald Trump is a threat, proclaiming that Donald Trump is somebody that is a dictator because they've never had real conflict in their lives. And you're about to see that example right now, the difference in the demeanor between someone like Cenk and Eric Prince, who I greatly respect, and who is somebody who has seen real conflict and understands what real threat is, right? He understands real threat. Cenk is somebody that grew up, obviously, with a silver spoon in his mouth. He's never had to fight for anything in his life, and he's never had to put his life before somebody else's. So it's very easy for him to behave like this, to behave demonstrably like a toddler who is throwing his toys out of the pram when he doesn't get what he wants. And so he heightens his rhetoric and says, why am I not getting what I want? This man's a dictator. This man's a threat. And he's not being realistic. And it's embarrassing to our country, whether it was a person on the right or the left.
You guys haven't addressed it at all.
Cenk, I promise you are capable
he
of
wants to
controlling
terminate the Constitution,
yourself
so
for
you
3
like
minutes
that?
as somebody else speaks.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack there. So let's take it one thing at a time. The very first thing is obviously calm and collected is the way to go when you're dealing with someone who's Trump deranged as much as Cenk is. Now, obviously, you're not going to convince someone like that because
TDS, Trump derangement syndrome.
Because they're not thinking from a place of common sense and they're not open-minded whatsoever. But furthermore, Candace Owens makes a phenomenal point. If you're going to continue to call someone a threat, and I'm sure if we really had someone who was nerdy enough to go back and count how many times the Democrats have said threat to democracy and compare that to how many times Trump has said threat to democracy, I don't believe it will even be a comparison. I think the Democrats blow Donald Trump out of the water with that rhetoric. And we live in a time where people are taking these words more seriously and will act because they are just as emotional as Cenk is, clearly. But here's the other thing. There are so many other threats we don't hear about that are obviously stopped before they happen. And we also understand that political violence happens on both sides. There's no question about that. But the latest would-be assassin clearly loves Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. He had a Biden-Harris sticker on his truck. He posted plenty of times on Twitter about how much he hates Trump. He wrote a book saying that he hated Trump and called him a moron. I mean, so maybe you could argue the other would-be assassin in Butler, Pennsylvania, that maybe he did.
Former President Donald Trump made a surprise appearance on Gutfeld last night. During the hour-long show, he answered our questions. He answered viewers' questions. He discussed issues. He even poked a little fun at David Muir's hair. And most importantly, the Republican candidate for president sat down in an open and unscripted format, something we are still waiting for Vice President Kamala Harris to come anything close to that. Watch a bit.
We've got some questions from the audience. They were just submitted. Evangeline has a good one. What is something people would be surprised to learn about you?
Oh, that's a dangerous question.
What do we not know
I got a
about
call
him?
from a couple of people. Could you please be careful in this show? You're going to have a good time. We don't need scandals. We're leading in the polls. We don't need any scandals. So maybe I shouldn't answer that question.
How about this? Do you wear pajamas?
I don't.
Okay.
Do you own blue jeans?
Do you own blue jeans?
He
sleeps in the suit.
I have a very old pair that I saw. I doubt I fitted it.
Because we were talking about this. I've never seen you.
But I haven't gotten an apology. They were saying he said the enemy from within. Of course, it's Adam Schiff. These are bad people. These are sick people and bad people, and it's true. But I think it's a narrative that they don't.
You know what makes me like annoyed, right? Let me show y'all this. In Chicago, Lil Durk was honored with 2 keys to the city. He got recognition from the Village of Broadview and the Village of Bellwood in Chicago, giving him the keys to the city. And this dude raps about like unaliving people and dissing people that are not here anymore. Like, what is this, bro? This is literal insanity.
Frankly, I think the fake news, a term I think I came up with. I'm very proud.
Well, you did. You coined
it's
it.
not
You
tough.
should probably trademark it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, I should trademark.
I'm not going to give you business tips.
But you know, it's funny because it's a great term, but it's actually not strong enough because it's beyond fake. It's really bad.
Nelson Mandela and 80 of his sisters were trying to come to the United States.
Yeah.
The United States government wasn't helping him. No one was helping him. You chartered a 727 plane for their entire trip.
Yeah.
And that's something that nobody talks about. Nelson Mandela. Trump chartered a plane for his entire family for the trip. They never talk about that. That is insane. Somebody said, yeah, that's wild, like Lil Durk. Like, that it. That's the same place where the mayor has, you know, spent $80,000 of taxpayer money, even though they're going through a budget crisis, to remodel a room for his wife in the building with taxpayer money. And when he was asked about it, he said, "Oh, well, we're trying to focus on making sure that the river and everything is running good," and like just completely went off topic. But he's spending $80,000 of the taxpayers' money. A Democrat.
How is somebody, and it's crazy because you can talk about anything, and why is it hard for you to talk about?
Tim said, Paperboy, I know your passion is battle rap, but you're really good at this political circus. Thanks for keeping us informed. No problem, man. Thanks for watching. Elizabeth Johnson said, yep, and he backed Jesse Jackson's presidential race, but nobody mentions that either. Exactly.
The things you've done. It runs in your family. Your father helped build a synagogue. I mean, why do we not know those things?
It's something that I've never, I love doing it. I don't need praise for it. I don't, we all like a certain level of praise, but I've never, I just like helping people. I help a lot of people, and I enjoy doing it, and I never talk about it. It's nice that you bring it up. I also think it's not a narrative that the press...
Bro, that's got to be nerve-wracking, too. I mean, like, Donald Trump is like a chill person, it looks like. But this is somebody who's about to be, who was the president of the United States, that may end up very well winning and becoming the president of the United States, and you're sitting down and you're interviewing this guy. Like, it's got to be nerve-wracking.
Slicks talking about it, for me.
But I think it would help a lot of the American people who have been misled, I myself included. Now, listen, I'm voting for you now because of the man you are, not just because of the policies, because not every American will get the opportunity that I had to saw who you were backstage. And that's why I have this list. I mean, I have testimonials. We can't go through all because
I want to see them.
Now, this was I had to dig deep.
I like that.
You donated $100,000 to raise dogs. You're not even a dog guy. Yeah. Explain.
Wow. That's something that they don't talk about. Oh, the CNN fake news. They're not going to put that out. Imagine if they put out all these dog people in the world and they put out Donald Trump donated $100,000 to... Don Lemon would have a heart attack, bro. They will never put that out.
Well, that's Lara. So I have a wonderful, the wife of Eric, and she's a terrific person. You know, she's actually now a very big and important person in getting elected in the Republican Party. She comes from North Carolina. She loves the dogs, and I did that in her honor, actually. And, you know, if you listen to her, boy, dogs are treated very badly. They're, you know, some evil people having to do even with dogs. So I did that for my daughter-in-law, yeah, more so than me. I don't know that much about dogs, but I want to take care of them. And I had an opportunity. You know, as president, you can do a lot of things. I did a lot. The size of the kennels, the size of the cage, you know, there's like cage.
They will never show you this side of Donald Trump, ever. They want to show you like the, you know, the strong side of him and, you know, take sound bites and manipulate him, but they won't show you this side of him. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Like, subscribe to the channel. I think we've seen a lot of things that people may not have known, right? We ended up watching a lot of what they claim about Trump, the reason why a lot of people have TDS, right? That was debunked. A lot of things we ended up watching. So subscribe to the channel, share the video, share the video to your friends, put it on Twitter, Facebook, clip it up.
Ages that they're in, and it's terrible. It's like you have no room, no nothing. And she came.
Y'all got to understand too, like, right? There are a lot of fake news stations out there. Not only that, it's a lot of celebrities that are blue party, right? Like, you just seen Usher, Lizzo, Megan Thee Stallion, Quavo. You got a lot of celebrities like that. So when you got channels like mine under 100,000, hey, like I'm like very minuscule on the scale of things, you know. So I appreciate like all the support for everybody that's been watching, liking the video, and I think we got like 100-some thousand video views on this video.
Came in with a whole group of people. These are people that really fight hard for dogs. I mean, you have people that fight, and she's a good person, so I did it for her.
I have
184,000. Shout out to you.
Hundreds of employees who have said things like, "You've paid medical bills, you paid mortgages, rents,
He paid medical bills for people. He's paid mortgages for people. Like, what? What y'all think about that? Shout out to the chat. We got all the subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Dude Drop, he said every picture they have of the earth does. Y'all talking about flat earth. Ricky For Real said the interview with Tyrus was gold. And then Time on my side said, why would I listen to a celeb, one few jobs, zero education? Elizabeth Johnson said, oh, my sister brainwash. It's crazy because we army brats. And then Dorky Matt said, oh, he's talking to somebody. And Space Cat B said, come on, bro. You are falling for white supremacists. And we literally just debunked all of that. EBM23 said, did you see other videos about January 6th besides what they showed you on the news? Did you look at journalist videos and listen to what they... Look, I don't want to talk about that on YouTube because don't end up, demonetizing the video. And then Mamatography said, new to your channel and absolutely love the info you're sharing. You will not see anywhere it should be on. I appreciate you.
We've helped get family members. There's one story in here.
But Trump paying mortgages for people?
Where a brother came in.
They'll never talk about that.
With a business plan, nobody would hear him. You gave him 10 minutes, you shook his hand and you cut him a check. Yeah. Why is it so hard for you and even your team? I'm a little upset. These are things that I think the American people need to know. And I get it, you're humble because you're a father first.
Yeah.
And a grandfather. And that's something, again, one thing we need in this country is we need a father figure again. We need husbands and boyfriends and young men we need to see that fathers are capable of great things because we've dealt with, especially in the last 3.5 years, a complete dismemberment of what it is to be a man. We're under attack for everything.
Everything. Anti-man this, anti-man that. Look at The View. They cannot stand men. Right? And then now Obama is trying to shame black men. Like, thug life. And then they ended up debunking the whole, like, Trump doesn't like people that are like that. That was debunked. We watched the videos on that. The video on that. So, but, I think a strong man is under attack in America. It is what it is.
We are. Well, actually, manhood is under attack. I see things that are so beautiful, and the next day I see they're knocking the hell out of somebody for doing something that a day before I said, what a wonderful thing. No, we have to get back a little bit more. The other thing under attack is religion. Religion was like the glue.
Yeah, we just seen Kamala Harris attack it. You're at the wrong rally. Insane.
That kept this country together. And so many people are mocking it now. They mock it. And it just kept our country together. But it's absolutely under attack. And under attack by this administration. And you look at Kamala, she's worse than Biden. Biden is he's out of it, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But she's actually not as smart as Biden. Biden was smarter than her. I think to this day he is. And I don't think the country can take a chance on having her. I think it's a tremendous... I don't even think it's a chance.
Well, let me ask you,
I think it would be a disaster.
Let me ask you the question that was posed to her last night that she refused to answer. You debated Biden the first time, and you debated him the second time. How much of a difference did you notice from the two?
So, are you talking about her and him, or are you talking about just him?
This is interviews about him.
Well, he was different. I think he had a really bad night. I don't think
cognitively.
I don't know. He had a really bad the second time.
Yeah.
I think he had a really bad time of it. So I debated him before, and he was okay. Look, I hit him hard. I asked him about $3.5 million. Remember when Chris Wallace was protecting him?
This is a very, very good interview. Look at this camera. This is some serious camera right here, bro.
Chris Wallace is not doing so well. Chris Wallace is not Mike. But I asked him about the 3.5 given to him by the mayor of Moscow's wife. I said, how do you justify this? And then I always have 2 or 3 people to debate. The last time I had David Muir.
I call them interventions.
Oh, they're terrible. Well, David Muir said, crime is through the roof. It's way up. And he said, no, it's not. It's way down. The FBI said so. Well, the FBI didn't include a lot of places.
Funny how that is.
Yeah. The next day, you remember they announced that crime is up like 45%. So I was right. But I haven't gotten an apology from David Muir. But I don't watch him anymore. I haven't gotten an apology. No, I think Biden, look, the debate he had was not great. But I think that he's a step above her.
Skill in it.
Actually.
Yeah, that was a shot right there.
Skill in it, you'd be right. Losing it. Let's start lefties with a man who identifies as a woman who tries to guilt a woman into not calling the cops because she's black, and how dare she as a black woman call the cops on a trans woman. It's all about intersectional victimhood with these characters. And then when that tactic doesn't work, he really loses it. Buckle in, this is a wild ride.
Ran into me because you're a transphobe and you're having a bad life.
I have trans friends.
So why did you walk into me like that?
You're looking for problems and you're purposely antagonizing me.
Am I?
So I'm gonna give you a minute and then I'm gonna call the cops. Because you was going in that direction and now you're following me to this location and I'm gonna stand here for 1 minute.
You antagonized me.
Okay.
So this person seems like this person is being very confrontational, wanting to get into some kind of a confrontation. This person's obviously stronger than the other person. So this is something that, you know, people need to watch out for.
What's your name?
You're a black woman calling a
What's
cops
your
on a
name?
trans woman, and I just want you to
What's
think.
your name?
I want you to think about that.
Okay.
You're a black woman calling the cops
Go ahead.
on a trans woman.
Continue to walk.
And I want you to think about that.
We're at 37
and
seconds.
I'm going to pray for you.
I'm going to hang.
Because
I'm going to stop recording at 1 minute, and I'm going to call the cops if you're still in my area. I haven't offended you in any
hit
way.
me on the sidewalk
and
with your body.
following me.
You hit me.
Honey.
It's not
What? Oh, you trying to be a Karen now? Oh, thug life. What is this?
honey anymore. It's not honey. It's not honey.
We're just going to patiently.
What is going on in this world?
Wait for the cops.
Yes, we are.
This is getting.
You're a hypocrite. You're a liberal hypocrite. And you're. Yeah, I am aggressive. I have PTSD.
Okay.
You the wrong tranny today.
I apologize.
Ooh, that's not very ladylike, ma'am. And all this because that poor woman...
Rita! She is hilarious, bruh.
We're just going to patiently wait for the cops.
Yes, we are.
This is getting.
You're a hypocrite. You're a liberal hypocrite. And you're. Yeah, I am aggressive. I have PTSD.
Okay.
You the wrong tranny today.
I apologize.
Ooh, that's not very ladylike, ma'am. And all this because that poor woman accidentally brushed past him. But it wasn't over yet, because here come the illegal threats and more guilt trips.
Because I
have a lawyer. I have 2 and 3 lawyers, honey. I will sue your pants off.
I'm not going to anymore. Okay?
I will sue your pants off.
I'm not speaking anymore.
Good. I risk my life every day getting ready in the morning.
He risks his life getting ready in the morning, really? Is he putting his wig on in front of the Taliban? Where's the danger? What I do see is a sense of entitlement that is off the scale. Now to a man that identifies as Viper. That's how he identifies on his Instagram page. Here is Xavier DeRosso, who also identifies as part Chinese. And here we
Rita is crazy, bruh. Rita
explains why the Asian community is so successful, particularly here in the West, even when they come here with nothing.
I'm 2% Chinese, so don't tell me I can't identify as Asian when a man with 0% of a vagina can identify as a woman. Now walk with me. Full-blooded Asians are too humble to do this, so let me explain to you why Asian families don't have half the issues of you other people. We are the wealthiest group, do the least amount of crime, have the least amount of pronoun warriors, and have the lowest unemployment rate while you big-backed bums sit on the couch. We Asians emphasize discipline, education, and a strong family unit instead of the victim.
I wonder what these people in different countries think of Americans.
Olympics. Notice how you don't see Asians complaining about injustices of the past or apologizing for what our ancestors did? Why would I feel guilty about what Genghis Khan did? Yet, universities make us score significantly higher than other students to get into the same schools. We have no choice but to be elite. Oh, Xavier, you're only Asian when it's convenient, and y'all only know what a woman is when it's convenient, goofy.
Wait, so I can identify as an Asian?
Now, let's hear from the woman who's going to save the world from fascism, according to the loopy left. Here is Kamala speaking out not against radical Islamic terrorism and illegal immigration. No, no. Here she says we must have the courage to object to the terms radical Islamic terrorism and illegal aliens.
We must have the courage to object when they use that term, radical Islamic terrorism, which ignores how Muslims have overwhelmingly been the greatest victims of terror. Also have the courage to reject that term illegal alien.
That was Harris talking at a mosque back in 2016, and the timing is important because that was at the height of Islamic State's reign of terror, where they brutally murdered those they considered non-believers, where they abducted, raped and tortured thousands of women and children, including Yazidis. And there is Kamala in 2016 objecting to the term radical Islamic terrorism. But that won't stop the enthusiasm from the useful idiots of the left.
Yo, somebody said I identify as an IRS agent. All y'all owe me. Y'all crazy, bro.
At least this next one is a happy camper. This never Trumper. It likes a dance. So many of them are miserable. This one at least looks happy.
So this is really who Donald Trump chose as his running mate?
Drop the beat.
I'm a never Trump guy.
I'd see on the news. But that's before I discovered a brain.
A brain is meant for everyday use. Those
installed as the Democrats' presidential candidate for the media to start rewriting her history. Apparently, she was never the border czar. She never had the most left-wing voting record in the Senate, and she was never considered a liability in the Biden administration. Those verifiable facts are all dismissed as right-wing conspiracies, as is the fact that she helped raise bail money for thugs during the BLM riots. Look at this headline claiming Trump falsely accuses Harris of donating to Minnesota Freedom Fund, bailing out dangerous criminals. Not only did Kamala do just that, her tweet is still up. Chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota. She posted that at the height of the BLM riot.
If you're able to chip in now to the to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota.
And guess what? That link is still active. You can still donate. And there is Kamala's smiling face on the donation page. And Trump's campaign is doing its best to prevent this bit of history being memory hold. This is among their most devastating ads.
Harris sending this out on X. If you're able to chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota.
Yo, this ad is petty, bro. Y'all, this is crazy, bro.
Thanks to Harris's promotion, the group reportedly raised $35 million in just a few weeks.
Lord, bro. Oh, man.
Floyd, charged with second-degree murder for stabbing a friend to death. She got out of jail, too. A twice-convicted rapist, currently charged with kidnapping and sexual assault, and he walks out, too. The Freedom Fund.
This can't be real, bro. If this lady gets elected.
The black vote is important, but Georgia's important.
Yes.
Wisconsin's important.
Yes.
And how do you, as you go, deal with your economic message?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that call my radio show that says, well, what happens, how does this impact my pocket?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, Reverend Al, with inflation reduction. I don't know what infrastructure means.
Right.
Share with our viewers on what has impacted them.
What you mean you don't know what that means? Like, you have to know what that means.
and what a President Harris would do that understands what needs to go in their pocket, not the beltway language.
So it's a very legitimate and important question the voters asked that we should respond to on the affirmative without waiting for the question. So, for example,
I gotta say this about all of these campaign people, right? Well, these two candidates, her and Trump. There is no way in the world they are way more fit than me, bro. I could not do all of these rallies, do all of these interviews, and be awake. Both of these guys, bro. There is no way. What about y'all in the chat? There is no way, bro. Dude, they doing like 3 rallies a day. Then Trump is like at McDonald's. Then he doing an interview. Like, no, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way I can do all this.
Example, how will it affect individuals? Part of my plan is to expand the child tax credit to $6,000, and in particular to target young parents in the first year of their...
Yeah, but what about the people that don't have kids?
Their child's life, to make sure they have the resources to buy a crib or a car seat or clothes, because, you know, we know...
But that's going to be for the first year of life. America is expensive. What about the second year of life? People already don't even want to have, like, little ones because it's so expensive. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm dating a girl and she talks about she wants to have like a little one, I'm breaking up with her, bro, because they're too expensive. I don't want no more, bro.
I know that the vast majority of our parents have a natural desire to parent their children well, but not always the resources. Especially when you also recognize that we did this, which is expand the child tax credit for less than I'm.
And then Reem said, exactly, a lot of us single strugglers. I mean, I got a girl and everything, but we've been together for a little bit, but like I couldn't imagine having a kid now. It's way, because you know the cost of living, like childcare, people have to raise the cost of how much it costs to take care of kids, bro. Like it's a revolving situation, bro.
Proposing now, but when we did, we reduced childhood poverty in America by 50%.
Theory 23 said, I need $6,000 if I don't have kids. Exactly.
Black childhood poverty reduced by half. Part of my plan is to deal with the home health care of seniors. And I tell a personal story. I often go off script to tell a personal story. When my mother was sick, as it turned out, she was dying from cancer.
All right, bro. Like, shout out to the seniors, but
sweater, it means trying to figure out a way to just bring a smile to their face from time to time, to say something that might make them laugh. It's about dignity. And far too many...
So they got to be eating like salads and stuff, because I'll be on a campaign trail eating pizza. I'll be knocked out, bro. No way, bro.
Who are taking care of elder relatives are struggling, because to do that means often they may have to leave their job, which means they're going to reduce their income, or they have to pay down their savings to qualify for Medicaid. So my plan is to recognize this is about dignity and to say that should not have to happen in order for you to have help to take care of an elder. We're going to have Medicare cover it. And I think about this issue also in the context of people who are in the sandwich generation. And that's what we call people who are taking care of their young kids and their parents.
Wow.
And shouldn't have to think about leaving their job.
Yeah, that is crazy, though. Like, living in the sandwich generation. Because, like, you know, in Asia and places like that, you can take time off work and, you know what I mean? Like, just take care of the people that you with. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to, like, be worried about working and doing all this stuff. Like, it's different here.
Or losing all of their savings in order to apply for Medicaid. These are examples. I talk about what I intend to build, which is...
Shout out to Thomas John Kellen. Hey, I had to mute somebody, time out somebody for a minute. It's not like anything against you. It's just like if the chat's being spammed, I just do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have nothing against you. It's just that I want to be able to see other people like comment. You too, but like if you spam and I can't see it.
Opportunity economy, which in large part understands the vast majority of Americans have ambition, aspirations. They have an incredible work ethic.
Hold on, LB, before you go, you voting red, right?
They have dreams, but not necessarily access to the resources that allow them the opportunity to achieve their goals. Unlike my opponent, who thinks about the world differently, I think informed in large part by the way he experienced life, having been served $400 million on a virtual silver platter, which he then filed bankruptcy 6 times.
He was not given 400 million. Why does she keep saying that? She knows this is a lie. Everybody fact checked her on this. Why does she keep saying? Do you think she's not looking at the internet? I mean, you can't, if you're a politician, look at the internet. You're going to go crazy. Can you imagine, like, you just go there, everybody going in on you? You'd be like, what? So she probably, realistically, like, they probably don't look at what's going on. They just go off of what whoever is talking to her in this little earpiece thing. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, because, I mean, she's been fact checked on this like multiple times. I don't know why she keeps saying he got $400 million. It didn't happen.
My opponent, who, when he thinks about tax policy, it's about cutting taxes for the richest among us, billionaires and the biggest corporations, who can afford, by the way, to pay their fair share. His plan for...
Yeah, but like the millionaires and billionaires are the ones creating the jobs. This is what she's not telling you. And plus, she is like probably a millionaire by now. Like, Obama's worth 70 million. You know, she probably got like a cool million doing speeches and stuff like that. But yeah, they are. The reason why the Democrats never, and when I say never, they never like pass anything really to tax the rich. Because they are rich. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why they won't do it. So I don't like that. But they'll hire like 80-something thousand IRS agents to come after you. But they'll keep saying, oh, we're going to tax the rich, we're going to tax the rich. But you're going to tax the people that actually create jobs? Like, how does that even, like, work? They should pay their fair share. Well, stop giving all our money to everybody then. Like, it's enough taxes being paid everywhere. James Palmer said, vote red or be... Franco said, showing you love, brother. Appreciate your content. Shout out to you, Franco. Leah 6 said, you know she do her work on her knee. Y'all crazy. EBDM 23 says she's trying to use scare tactics. Yeah, she is.
What I call a Trump sales tax would be at least a 20% tax on everyday necessities, which economists have estimated the average American will pay $4,000 more a year. So when asked this question about how will this affect my life in terms of a voter worrying about the fact that, look,
what y'all think? I don't know, man. I don't want to react to this too much because it's on her YouTube channel. I don't want somebody to see like, get him, Kamala. I don't know, man.
Masculinity, you'd be... Now it's time for Lefties Losing It. And in a few minutes, I'm going to bring you footage of some truly...
But, like, I've seen a lot of that interview, and she's just being guided by Al Sharpton is what it is. And that interview looks like it's been edited. Saying what it is.
Deplorable souls, hateful far-left agitators who want to see their fellow Americans, including Donald Trump, dead. But before that, let's look at their preferred candidate. You know, one thing you can say about Kamala Harris is that despite her far-left belief system, she's willing to say just about anything to get ahead. 1 minute, she's the defund the police BLM bail money raiser, and the next she's presenting herself as the tough prosecutor that criminals fear. But perhaps her biggest backflip in recent years is going from an open border radical who defended those who pay human traffickers to enter America illegally to, well, you'll see.
A mother who pays a coyote to transport her child through their country of origin, through the entire country of Mexico, facing unknown peril to come here. Why would that mother do that? I will tell you. Because she has decided for that child to remain where they are is worse. But what does Donald Trump do?
I can't believe nothing this lady is saying, bro.
He says, go back to where you came from. That is not reflective of our America and our values.
And we fact-checked that earlier. Well, we let it do, like, fact-check everything. Like, she is cat, bro.
And it's got to end.
To be clear to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border, do not come. Do not come. And I believe if you come to our border, you will be turned back.
Oh, they did come, Kamala. They came and they weren't turned back. 18 million entered illegally. Well done, Border Czar. Well, that transformation was from 2020 to 2021. Exactly. Not bad, but she has some ways to go to beat President Biden's latest backflip. Watch what he said 10 days ago compared to his address to the nation earlier today.
What's Joe Biden going to do? Is he going to stay in the race? Is he going to drop out? Here's my answer. I am running, and we're going to win. I'm not going to change that. You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation.
That's their idea of democracy, folks, invalidating 14 million votes and just installing a new candidate at the last minute. And what a candidate she is, a far-left ideologue who fans the flames of racial division, who raised bail money for BLM thugs, some of whom went on to commit more heinous crimes, including murder. And she wanted to
Minnesota man freed by Kamala Harris supported bail fund, now charged with, oh wow,
imagine public safety.
Let's talk about
America's very
failure when it comes to understanding
very
how
legitimate
you create safe communities. And by that I mean this. It is outdated, it is wrong.
Bro, she wearing a mask outside.
Headed thinking to think that the only way you're going to get communities to be safe is to put more police officers on the street. What we have to do, and what we will do, is reimagine public safety.
Oh yes, Harris is a radically far left, openly speaking out against equality in favour of equity, you know, that word favoured by Marxists, where we don't strive for equality of opportunity, but try to manufacture equality of outcome, also known as communism.
Equality suggests...
This lady ain't sitting next to nobody. She got a mask on, bro. What is up with her?
Often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place. And if you then understand not everybody started out in the same place, you understand some people need more. So we all end up in the same place.
That's communism.
Here is President Trump talking about Kamala Harris.
What is she talking about? Communism, a political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs.
She was installed as the presidential candidate, and he talks about her, the way she speaks and her obsession with buses.
She speaks in rhyme. It's weird. It's weird. But she has bad moments. And
in rhyme? What do you...
Well, the way she talks, the bus will go here and then the bus will go there because that's what buses do. And it's weird. The whole thing is weird. This is not a president of the United States future.
Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? The bus has Wi-Fi and even USB outlets next to every seat. I mean, come on, imagine. You can charge your phone on your way home from work. That's good stuff.
She really does love...
bruh. Rita, she is clipping her, bruh. She is clipping Kamala. This is crazy.
Buses, but the Democrats have selected a woman who has long been considered to have among the most far-left votes.
They've got USBs on it. Like, she is crazy.
Records in the Senate. Something she was asked about a while back, and she struggled to give a coherent answer.
You're very different in the policies that you've supported in the past. You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
yeah, well, actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator. You supported the Green New Deal. You supported Medicare for all.
Deer in the headlights there. Now, you know the Democrats love talking about unity.
Yo,
and
she gotta chill. Hey, Rita, you gotta chill though. She be sniping her, bro. Look.
Partisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator. You supported the Green New Deal. You supported Medicare for all.
Deer in the headlights there. Now, you know the Democrats love talking about unity and bring the country together as they fan the flames of racial divisions and defame half the country as extremists and try to throw their political opponents in jail. And that hate and vitriol, that spreads. Have a look at these hate-filled Americans. Calling them lefties losing, it seems an understatement.
Get off this overpass, you racist. Your kind is not allowed up here. You come up here all the time. No one stands with you, you racist. What are you gonna do with this video?
You are 100% evil. You are 100% You are 100% terrorist traitors to this country, just like him. And God damn you to burn in hell down. You will burn in hell. I'm sorry that the guy was an inch off.
That's pretty much what political debate in America has become.
Wow. We own this gun tonight last night.
So Donald Trump was recently shot at one of his rallies. How do you feel?
This is crazy, bro. Hey, yo, I got to get out of here. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me. Let me see if I got another one there.
The black vote is important, but Georgia's important.
Yes.
Wisconsin's important.
Yes.
And how do you, as you go, dealing with your economic message?
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people that call my radio show that says, well, what happens, how does this impact my pocket?
Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, Reverend Al, with inflation reduction. I don't know what infrastructure.
Right. Oh, we heard that.
All of their savings in order to apply for.
Why you keep doing that, bro? I don't want to be like looking at this through her channel, bro. Hold on. What's her name? I said, what's her name? I don't know. We can't be looking at it through her channel because I don't want her to get me, bro. All right, here we go. MSNBC.
Legitimate and important question the voters asked that we should respond to on the affirmative without waiting for the question. So, for example, how will it affect individuals? Part of my plan is to expand the child tax credit to $6,000. What I intend to build, which is an opportunity economy, which in large part understands the vast majority of Americans have ambition, aspirations, they have an incredible work ethic, they have dreams, but not necessarily access to the resources that allow them the opportunity to achieve their goals. Unlike my opponent, who thinks about the world differently, I think informed in large part by the way he experienced life, having been served $400 million on a virtual silver platter, which he then filed bankruptcy 6 times. My opponent, who, when he thinks about tax policy, it's about cutting taxes for the rich.
She is going about this campaign. Like, Kamala Harris, I'm not trying to dish you. Like, I'm not. Like, you're going about this entirely wrong. Every time there's an opportunity for you to state why you are qualified, you go at Donald Trump. You are mentioning him way more than it's necessary. We all understand you're going against Trump. We understand you don't like him. You don't like his policies. Spend this time talking about what you have done in the past 4 years. That's what I would do, you know what I mean? Or what your administration has done within the past 4 years. That's what you need to do and what you are planning on doing. Instead of just mentioning Trump. Like, because it makes it like it's taken away from you. It just seems like you're just spewing like discontent and like hate. Just say what needs to be said.
Richest among us, billionaires and the biggest corporations, who can afford, by the way, to pay their fair.
And like this separation, like, oh, the rich among us, bro. Like, let's be real, y'all. There's rich people, there's people that do a little bit okay, and there's poor people, right? I don't own a company or a business, and I'm hiring people. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not hiring people for like a whole bunch of. and having machines and buildings and all of that, that costs money, and paying for people's health care, and you know what I'm saying, paying people enough money to where they can pay all their bills. And like, I'm not a business, I'm a person. You see what I'm saying? I understand that there are businesses that make money. I don't not like the business. The business is there, and it's helping people get jobs to pay for stuff. So this whole notion, shout out to whoever's putting the hearts in the chat. I'm not like, if we just do not like all the businesses, there are no businesses. And you're going to tax all the businesses. They're not going to take a loss. They're going to lower salaries, lower wages, raise the cost of products if you keep taxing them. Like, there are so many different companies, like even in Nashville, Tennessee, like when they got tax breaks, they ended up giving people more money, like bonuses and things like that. Like, so like, just to go at businesses constantly, like, you're the government. You don't technically create jobs other than government jobs. You know what I mean? Like, you can manipulate, you know, have your people like manipulate interest rates and things like that. You can, you know, and put executive orders that could affect certain things. But like, in terms of, you don't own, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't own these companies. You can affect them by taxing them more. But I don't know. I don't get what she's trying to do. She wants to do a unrealized capital gains tax on people that make over $100 million, which they wanted to go after people with income tax that were rich. And then we end up paying that at the end of the day. Income taxes. Now they don't really pay no taxes, but they do pay taxes. They pay a little bit. But when they do an unrealized property capital gains tax on the rich, it's going to trickle down to us. That's crazy. And then they're going to you got an unrealized gain on your house. Like, we need some of that money. The government is not your friend, bruh. The government needs to be shrunken. You know what I mean? She's got an idea that everybody should get participation credit. Like, somebody who is not trying as hard should not have the same amount as somebody that's trying hard. It's common sense. This is an economy. You know what I mean? Like, you want people to succeed and, you know, advance and things like that. But it's just the law of economic, bro, you not about to, like, what is she doing? Like, all these participation trophies. Are we gonna, I heard her say she is willing to snatch people's patents, like, who are not playing fair. You're gonna take people, you're the government. Y'all know how insane that is, like, taking people's patents because she don't feel like they're playing fair, giving enough people participation points. Like, this is literal insanity, bro. I don't think she know what she talking about.
Fair share. His plan for what I call a Trump sales tax would be at least a 20% tax on everyday necessities, which economists have estimated the average American will pay $4,000 more a year. So when asked this question about how will this affect my life in terms of a voter worrying about the fact that, look, price of groceries still too high. I get it, they get it. And what are we doing?
Yeah, and then Betty May says she wants to do realized gains on any property and your investments in stocks you own with what you can make if you sold it. Then want to re-tax it every year and when you actually sell it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they have, and people don't understand, like, even in, like, gas, this is different. Gas is expensive not because it's the gas station. Gas is expensive because of the taxes on every gallon of gas. It's these guys. They're not your friend. They taxing you and taxing you and taxing you. And this is literal insanity, bro, what this lady is doing. And people are like, yeah, she's going to tax them and give me more money. Give me more welfares. Give me more food. Like, they don't understand what's coming down the pipeline if she can get any of that through unrealized. That means, like, if you invested in a stock and you don't even sell it because she feels like you can potentially make money, she is willing to tax you. Like, if you make over $100 million, she's going to tax you because you can make money on that. That is lunacy. And then years from now, because she hired 80-some thousand IRS agents, or they did. So years from now, what do you think Congress is going to do if she ends up passing something like that, which I don't think she can, but if she, because they're all rich too, so they don't want that to happen. But let's just say they sent for it and allowed her to do it. Years from now, they're going to have that happen to you. Don't y'all understand when you buy a house, you're getting taxed and all that? Like, bruh, don't pay no property taxes. Watch and see what happens to your house that you bought. What the government would do to you. Like, these are not your friends. Then why nobody ever asked her, hey, how did income tax start? Who was income tax for? Was it for the rich? Was it for the poor? Was it for the working? What was income tax for? How did we get to the point to where regular Americans are paying income tax? They'll say, oh, Social Security. And come on, bro. And then when they do real unrealized gain taxes on you, they're going to create something. Oh, because it's for the sidewalks too. Like, come on, bro.
To help them.
I got 2 Teslas, right? Under Trump, I was able to get money to buy Teslas. I bought 2 of them. For the tax break, like I get $7,500 per Tesla for tax break. So I don't have to pay a bunch of money in taxes. But guess what I get at the end of the year? Having a Tesla, I got to pay $283 a year for my tax. That is a Democrat that put that in place. So imagine you trying to be clean and not pay for, not have gas. They penalize you for going green. Have y'all ever realized, there are people in this world, right, who don't even get their tags renewed every year because they can't afford to do it. I'm not talking about me and my situation, but have you ever drove around and looked at people's license plates? People be having tags from 2 years ago. They just never got stopped for whatever reason. They lucky. From 2 years ago or a year ago. A whole year. Because they don't have the money to go get an emissions test and to get tags and to do all that and had a time because they're working 2 or 3 jobs. Or maybe their car is falling apart and they can't afford to. You see what I'm saying? She don't really know what's going on. And people don't even realize this lady went to high school in Canada. In her formative years, she went to high school in Canada. We don't even know who she is. Candace Owens ended up doing a series on her family tree. She is making up family members. They have a picture where her standing next to what is her grandmother, and the lady passed away before she was even born. It's like a scary movie. Go subscribe to Candace Owens. She breaks everything down. Shut up. And the black lady they alleged that was the help of the house. That wasn't her grandmother, that they were trying to paint as her grandmother because she's a black lady. Her grandmother, Miss Barrow, is actually, allegedly, this is what Candace Owens put out there, a white lady. And then she revealed that her family owns plantations. We don't know who this lady is. I think she a robot. This is why I think she a robot. Shout out to her. Shout out. Who does this? Every town, every little rally she's saying the same. She even got the same hand gestures. She is a Who is this lady? Who is this? Should never again stand behind the Shout out to everybody. I don't know who this lady is.
Them actually get through life in a way that they're not just getting by, but getting ahead. We have to have specific policies that do that. And that is what I offer under what I call an opportunity economy approach. But Donald Trump is offering something very different, including what he's talking about in Project 2025. And I'll tell you, from the biggest rallies I do to church services, people know what's in Project 2025.
Right. And she's still pushing in Project 2020. She's still doing it. We just debunked that earlier in the video. Why is she still doing that? Yeah, this lady's scaring me, bro. Is this not scary to y'all?
Project 2025.
Hold on. Is this not scaring y'all? We literally just.
Project 2025. From everyone on the left and all these Democrats who keep talking about this is Trump's plan, Trump's plan, Trump's plan. What does Trump have to say about it? Because the only time I've ever heard Trump speak about Project 2025 is when he's saying things like this.
Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right. And they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation, and they keep saying, he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy.
Like,
25. And I'll tell you, from opportunity economy approach, but Donald Trump is offering something very different, including what he's talking about in Project 2025. And I'll tell you, from the biggest rallies I do to church services.
Come and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. I'm just a blogger. Wait a minute. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing to the channel. I can't watch this no more, bro. And now Kamala Harris and Liz Cheney.
What has happened to women when women are facing situations where they can't get the care they need.
They are very concerned, our allies, because as you know,
Yo, her suits be swallowing her up, bro.
when we walk in those rooms around the world representing the United States of America, we have traditionally been able to walk in those rooms, chin up, shoulders back.
Women. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Shout out. I'm out. Come and subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. I'm not about to be sitting here like listening to like Liz Cheney. Like,
with
what?
The self-appointed and earned authority to talk impact on the American people.
Oh, they finally fixed her mic.
And it most certainly will impact people around the world.
You know, Liz Cheney, she aged pretty well. She aged well.
I'm so glad you brought that up, and I as a follow-up, I would just...
But I don't believe nothing she's saying.